Hey, and we're live.
We're
What's
live.
up, everybody?
Is there
How is it
people?
going on this fine Saturday?
I don't think there's people.
There will be at some point,
Oh, all
maybe
right.
in the future.
Future
Maybe
people.
future people
Hey,
will see this.
future people.
Oh man. So what are you getting into today?
Not a lot. I was just editing videos. I told myself to go work on a Fairlane. I turned the garage lights on at one point. That's about all I
Oh,
accomplished.
well, did you at least go out there and stare at it for a while and think about it?
Yeah, I did.
So that was work.
I went and I got rid of oil too. That was the thing.
Like
What?
from the Fairlane, or just like piles of oil that you have.
Yeah. So I accumulate like 20, 60, 20 to 60
20
oil
to,
jugs.
20 to 60. Snow Tiger, how's it going? Nice to have you in.
And then yeah, we had to go dump them somewhere, so I went and did that. Made
See, this is why I want a burner for the stove for that, because we get a lot of oil throughout the years, throughout everything. It'd be nice to do.
yeah, I get that plus more, so I give it away until nobody wants it, and then I go get rid of it.
Yeah, I guess if you had more friends that were burning it, that would make you go away. My problem is I always end up with that big Bowser full, and then finding somebody who wants to take a 20-gallon amount of fluid.
My biggest problem is if I ever did start burning it, I would have to pay more attention and actually like make sure I wasn't just mixing things
Yeah, that.
because oil burners don't like antifreeze.
Oh yeah, thanks. Well, I mean, if it's hot enough, it'll do it to an extent. It depends
Eh,
how much antifreeze is in the oil, realistically.
I
What
don't know.
color is the milkshake?
Well, yeah, enough gear lube, it's fine.
Yeah, see,
Just throw in some
a relaxing
kerosene.
steam. Yeah, Rich, we're going for ASMR. We're going to see how long we can keep our monetization status this
Yeah.
week.
Hey, I would like to ask, Rich, does my audio sound at the same level as the man beside me? Because I know there was an issue with that no one made us aware of on the last live.
I can tell you that it sounds better this week than it sounded last week when we were like, "There's something wrong here."
Yeah.
How do I edit this? Let's see. What can I do for the solo layout? Can I make us bigger? So you
You
can't
can.
make us bigger in this, two of us the bigger in this window, unfortunately. I can
What
make
do you
us
mean?
smaller, but I can't make us. Oh shoot! I just went to full
Midnight
screen mode.
Road Garage.
You're gonna have to bring him in. I'm playing with the.
What's
Hey,
up,
I had to
guys?
bring you in midnight. He's playing with himself. The
I'm
screen.
I, I'm playing with it, not myself.
Ah,
Jeez.
uh-huh.
Ah.
And here we are already. What are we? How far?
Demonetized. There we go.
I can't even
We
see the.
didn't even make it.
Oh, there it is. Demon.
Were you looking for it too?
I had to like do a drop down. I don't even know what was going on over here.
I was over in the comments. He says we both sound good, so we're good there.
All right.
John's in
Well,
the
that's
house.
good.
What's up?
What? Oh, no.
You sound more
Can't
tiny.
say that.
Wasted talent sounds better. Ooh. And there goes monetization.
So, no good audio, good audio, bad
Uh
audio.
oh, there it was. I think it might be that you were a little far away.
Well, I can fix that.
I don't know. It sounds fine to me, but what do I know? Jim, how
That's
are you
it
doing,
sounded
brother?
fine last time.
I'm
What's
good,
your
man.
mic volume set at?
Me?
Yeah,
Where do I see that at settings?
yeah. Settings audio.
Mine says automatically adjust mic volume.
Oh, let's do that then.
Yeah, I set
There, is
mine.
it better now? It's
Oh, there.
automatically adjusting through robot technology.
Injusting?
Well, ingesting my audio. Sure.
Injustice for all?
Injustice for audio.
Uh, so yeah, that thing was demonetized. Not that. Well, it was that night. It was later on. I
Yes.
sent that to you guys.
It's
Would
less
have
than two
been
hours later.
yeah, probably like 2-3 hours
Yeah.
after the live. It had been demonetized. which
It did not take long.
I can't say I'm too so yes and no, because I can't go out and go through that video and go, there's not really any one thing in that video that definitely got us demonetized. But there are about 100 things that potentially could have been the things that got us demonetized.
Well, it's definitely not one you question the overlords.
No.
How dare you demonetize
I
us?
don't think we have a leg to stand on there, although I don't know what exactly we did specifically wrong.
I mean, I guess that would
I
be
just
the
don't think they
question.
wanted to sit there for 3 hours watching it.
Well, I mean, yeah. It does not sound like
I had a
has any
short get demonetized last week, and
Yeah.
I was like, there's no reason for this thing to be demonetized. It is a Lamborghini going down the racetrack and then coming back down the access road.
Yeah.
Why is this demonetized? And it says when you
I've seen
question
that.
it, they're like, hey, a live person is going to watch this. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Hey,
someone's going.
somebody might actually get this right. We know we messed this up a lot, so we're going to make sure somebody gets it right.
Or it's just a good way to force somebody to watch it. Yeah.
Are you going to?
So I'm thinking
you're
every
talk
time
with
a
that
live gets
in your face.
demonetized,
I'm going to talk just like this. Put it right here.
Then make a YouTube and while you watch all our lives.
Dash mounted mic.
Oh, he made a couple of lives. He's actually, or not lives, a couple of shorts like in advance. This
I'm
dude is prepared.
3 shorts ahead.
That's better than me.
New thing. I'm usually making them every day. I made 4 today. See, here's where I screwed up. I literally didn't make one last night for today because I was tired and didn't want to. So,
well, and you bullshitted with me for
I wasn't going to do it either way.
Than you should have at that point.
I was already done. So then I got up early this morning and I started making one. I'm like, well, I'll make 2 and then I'll make 3 and I'll make 4.
See, that's what I keep telling you to do for your long form stuff.
Well, I might do that tomorrow. Depends on what I get up to.
Did we lose Jim?
I was gone for a second. I got,
Oh, okay. He's back.
I got Starlinked.
I got Starlinked.
Well, for a minute there, I thought you were froze too, and I was like, shoot, did I get Starlinked?
It's the thing now.
Well, funny thing about Starlink, they said I was not going to get the full service until December, and they sent me an email yesterday and said, hey, you have full service now. So that's working out well.
Now, what's the difference between the full service and the service you had before? Because I'm a little confused there. John, what's up, brother?
So, about $50.
No, it's actually the exact same price. That was the kicker there. But the deal was
it's the same price to kicker, huh?
Yeah. During times of high use, I would get throttled. I would get throttled down, and everybody else would get great service. So now I'm supposed to have great service
because
all the
I'm
time.
sure there was a lot of people in your area that paid for the $5,000 freaking business account that gives them number one priority over no one. Or I mean, when no one has it over them. You know what I mean? For no one. Because that was an option when I looked at mine. They were like, oh, you can go business grade. I was like, I got a business. I'll look at that. And it was like $5,000 plus. I want to say it's like $250 a month for the same. But you get a dedicated. The big difference there is, when my stuff died and I had to wait on the Star Lords to grace me with their presence, you get a guy with $5,000. So that's cool, at least, I guess.
What are they cooking?
Did your wife just say the kids are cooking dinner?
No. What are you cooking?
Oh.
I hear cooking in the
Travis,
background.
how you doing? I'm doing good. It's I got a nap today, actually. I was pretty stoked. I haven't had a nap in a long time. Really, really doing good things here. Yeah, it takes a lot of beauty rest to make this do this. And I haven't been getting it lately, so that's the problem.
Pretty sure I called you yesterday and you're like, I didn't even wake up. I slept way in.
You called me at 7:10 in the morning. I woke up at 7:30. I said I slept in and you gave me a hard time about it.
5:45. You're sleeping in.
Oh shit, John, thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Get the headline, yeah? John keeps giving me a hard time about showing up to the No Name Nationals.
I mean,
They're
He's like,
flying.
well, that's what he said. He's like, hey, you know, a trip for a fly-in from LAX is only like $200, I think it was, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's the cheap part. The getting from Podunk Nowhere, Oregon to LAX is where it gets expensive.
Oh, come on. Can't be that bad. With all your YouTube money? Come on.
Oh, we did taxes this last weekend too. Got to get a little insight on what you can and can't write off YouTube wise on your taxes. That was kind of nice.
Yeah.
yeah. See, Travis knows what's going on. Boom.
See, there he goes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're sleeping.
Well,
in.
I mean, to be fair, I'm up at that exact same time if he's on the East Coast, on the West Coast at 7:30.
That doesn't
Facts.
count.
Oh, I mean, technically it does. I mean, in
Actually,
where
that
in the
would be-
world is
that'd be
Carmen
s-
San Diego time?
Not
That'd be
really.
That'd be 6:30. So he'd have to be central for that to work out, right? I guess, but whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. If he gets up at 3:30 on the East Coast, it would be 12:30 on the West Coast.
Am I going the wrong way with that?
Going the wrong way.
Yeah, whatever. I do. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Listen, you gotta stay on me. Listen, John. You know, I take it.
I bet you do.
I know. We're gonna try and. Where's the button? Where is it? Don't.
Yeah.
Don't you? No.
I'm getting a physical button. That's what I need. I need to get that little switch box set up.
Yeah,
and,
the Stream Deck, so you can hit the button.
Stream
That
Deck.
actually.
Bump.
Oh God.
I need to find the hotkeys.
Hotkeys. That's what we need. Actually, dudes and I
think we need
keep
a little
talking.
logo.
Well, we talked a lot about last week about that frick. Have you gone to look at the limo to like actually see about the limo?
I mean, no.
Okay, good. Don't do that.
I've been trying. You know, I told you this story. Now we're on fire.
Say what?
There was cooking going on before, and now we're straight up like fire alarming over there.
I don't understand why we had a. What was the alarm about? Oh, he's making brownies, and that was the alarm for the brownies.
Oh.
That would explain why it smells so good in here. Wait, did you guys pay attention?
Brownies.
Did you guys pay attention to that earlier? Because I totally didn't.
I was totally listening to that. Oh my god, there's something going on over there.
Was that before
right.
live?
Get back on.
Back
on track.
This train is derailed.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois. All right. Hell yeah.
Smells so good in here baking the brownies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fox, what's up, brother? Now the party can start. He's here. No, listen. No one said anything about special brownies.
Yeah.
And actually, can they demonetize? Well, yeah, they can totally demonetize for that here, couldn't they?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing any of that,
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. Oh, it's one of the commandments.
I've checked.
Okay, so this is how it goes. You have dudes and I who don't really read the list of things we're not supposed to talk about, but just have, whatever. And then Jim, who actually pays attention to that stuff and tells us after we've crossed the line.
We're going to start calling
Well-
Jim Moses, and he's bringing the commandments down from the mountain.
The YouTube commandments. He's here to tell us, you guys can't say that. Well, it's a little late now.
Moses
Both of
is
you look
probably
more like
on
Moses
there.
than I do with your long flowing locks.
Wow.
I think he does have a point there.
I mean, who's to say?
Yeah, historically. Historically, Moses had long hair.
Did he?
Did he? Was he a guy at all?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yep, I think we should definitely turn that conversation a different ways. And halt. Oh, so...
I was going to go a different way with that, but I'll just stop where I'm at.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Yeah, all right.
So we didn't talk about this in person, but I sent you that video from Angry Corpse last night. He said you, yeah.
So, Jim, did Jim get to see?
I didn't send it to
Okay.
him directly, but
I need to ask this question up front. Are you of any veteran status or ex-military?
No. But
Okay.
my several of my best friends are, and so is my son. So I'm pretty familiar with a lot of veteran lifestyle type stuff.
Okay.
But no.
He knows
close
what he
enough.
wants to know now that you
Yeah,
said
I
your
mean-
son's in the military.
Yeah, I've heard what I need to hear.
Was in the military.
Yep.
He's out now.
So, the video that was sent to me by the gentleman to the left.
Have
right?
have you seen Angry Corpse before? You know who we're talking about? The YouTube channel with the army guy who gets angry, yells at the TV.
No, nobody knows that channel, man.
Seriously?
No, I've never heard of it until you sent that to me.
Oh my god, I love that guy. He's in a lot of vet TV stuff.
Yeah, we had this
he
discussion last night as well. You said I watch the different things than you do, and I went, "Yeah,
I know. I just thought maybe Jim had seen it. That's why you not seeing it doesn't really surprise me. 'Cause
I
you
see
don't
Jim
fall
as
into
more of a sophisticated viewer. You know, that guy just likes to yell at stuff, and it makes you want to yell at stuff. That's the whole point of his content. And I see Jim as more of a mellow guy, not wanting to watch people just yell.
Now that you mention it, I can see how.
Yeah. Getting all
I
riled
see.
up.
Here we go. See, Travis watches it. People know of him.
I'm not saying he's not known. He probably has a
I
pretty
just
high
thought
subscriber count.
I just thought that Jim might have heard of him.
I've seen a lot of the action figure guys.
Action figure.
Have you seen the military action figure guys? Those guys are pretty funny.
Oh, the action figure therapy?
Yeah.
Oh god, those Jungle is the dude.
1.25 million subscribers.
Oh yeah, he's got quite a few subscribers.
There's that other guy who had a viral video of getting recruited by the different armed forces.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
this dude was in
hilarious.
the army for a while and then has been doing acting outside of it, and he's definitely into a lot of different acting for military role type deal. Vet TV's been in a couple of different shows for.
Nice.
His YouTube channels. It's like you said, sometimes you catch a viral, but I sent him one yesterday because apparently they're talking about putting a cap for VA benefits depending on what your household makes now is what's going to be getting voted on.
And what?
If you are a disabled veteran who lost his legs in Iraq or Korea or wherever the hell it is, and your wife is a, let's say, nurse or even a doctor who makes, and your household makes more than $170,000 a year. Now you don't make any money because you're disabled and you have no legs. But because your household makes 170, you don't get your VA disability money anymore because your household makes too much money.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it saves the government a lot of money. Though.
It's been searched. They've told them how much money they're going to save by doing it, and now we just have to vote on it at some point.
Yep. And what was the number? Like 5 million disabled veterans, and it actually outs 1.5 million of them. It's like 20%.
Yeah, it was 20-some% that will be no longer receiving benefits under this plan. And blah, blah, blah. But they said, don't worry. If you're poor, you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. If you don't want to work and you don't want to be married. If
you don't want to work and don't want to be married, you'll be fine too.
Yep. I told you what the solution was.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're not wrong. And I'm sure we'll go down that route if it happens. But
yeah.
Jason, what's up? We've been talking not about the chat here. Everyone's saying hi. Ed in the Shop Cat in the house. Blake Badtree, how you doing, brother? Everyone's saying back and forth. But yeah, I saw that one last night, and I was just like, really? Because I literally just got all my stuff handled. Just did taxes literally yesterday, and then I watched that video.
All that money you made, and then you're just like, no.
Yeah, they're just like, so if they pass that next year, if that passes next year, done.
Well, no, you'll just before next year. Just you don't own anything.
No, I won't. No, I'll be screwed because the way I don't know if you read the actual link. They used last year's tax returns.
But see, then all you'd have to do is just reapply and use this year's tax returns again because you can always get it back. See, that's the part they weren't explaining really well. Is if anything falls apart, they're not gonna take it away from you forever.
People that want. What was the number they said they were going to save for the American people by taking away the bet? It was a lot.
That's not how much money they're saving for the American people. That's how much money they're screwing over veterans.
Correct.
Yes, but that's the same thing to who you can tell whoever wrote this report and did this study and did this thing.
Every single person that's in the military and has ever served in the military
look at it. Yes, but it's not a vote to the people. That's a vote to Congress.
See, this is why you don't want to watch this. It'll just make you angry.
Look at him. He's getting heated already. Exactly. That's why I was.
Imagine
when I was all said and done with it, I was like, who do I send this video of? Oh yeah, because this dude is just into the camera. Like I love his shit because he gets the angry I don't need to get for things, and I'm just like, he's sufficiently angry, and I'm just gonna watch him, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch things like that.
You have to send me that sometime. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll get it over to you here.
Oh, the thing
and there's we got
the Discord.
I do like the Discord, the way we have the Discord set up for what we're doing here. I think that is actually helpful for us to
we'll just
talk about
copy link
for this,
and then we'll go over here.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's right.
This.
Yeah, I just put one. I put one in there for you guys as well.
Boom!
I thought I saw something in there.
Maybe
I just put that. I'd be shocked if you haven't seen this guy's video. I mean, it's got 8.7 million views.
No, I haven't seen this actually. I'll have to watch it.
You'll love it.
I like the dude that plays all the different characters of the different branches. He's the same guy in every one. What's it? You know that one I'm talking about, right, dudes?
No,
he's an Army guy. He plays the Marine Corps guy, and then he plays Navy, Air Force,
I don't watch
Space Force.
I told you what I watched.
And it's just, I've seen the things you watch. I can't get out of here. I know how the McRib's made. I can never unsee that.
Never unsee.
I send stuff to dudes that's like funny, ha, and he sends things to me that I think I need to go consult, professional help for afterwards.
Yeah, that's what the internet's for, man.
If
you want to use the internet for things you shouldn't see, you're using it wrong.
I remember back when, like E-Bombs World and all of that stuff, like early 2000s. Like,
I remember E-Bombs World.
Okay, so dude's is completely frozen. Did we lose him?
Yeah, it looks that way. He got Starlink, and he doesn't even have Starlink.
I know. That's why I'm wondering. Oh, now you're frozen. Oh, God, is it me?
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
It was me.
Was it you?
I was gone.
But yeah, E-Bombs. I remember seeing some stuff on E-Bombs World, and I was like, you can't put that on the internet. Like,
back then, you could put anything on the internet.
Yeah. Go
Chris,
back 10
what's
years.
up?
Is that what we're talking now? Because I missed out.
No, it would have been 20 years ago almost now. I don't even want to describe the videos we could watch there because I know that'll get us demonetized.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember some films that were just like, you can't. Wow, somebody.
I remember straight up when people were just like posting Faces of Death videos on YouTube. And it's like, you couldn't get that stuff in a movie store most of the time, let alone. And it's just on Facebook, or not Facebook, with YouTube, sorry.
Yeah.
I watched all that stuff growing up. I mean, I don't know if that surprises
I think it's probably...
No, I can't say that surprises me that you watched all that. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Ready for it. I remember a lot of those because you don't forget them.
That doesn't surprise me that those burned into your memory there, bud.
The best one is they straight up filmed this dude like, I'm bungee jumping off this building. They didn't measure the rope.
No.
They didn't bungee very good.
Yeah, I've seen those videos where they splash in the water and you're like, oh, it's just the water. But what you don't realize is the water was only like that deep.
Yeah.
And he splashed a lot further into it.
It had a bottom.
Yeah, there was some boulders in there. Oh, God.
Oh, that water? That water has a bottom. Don't worry about it.
You don't worry about that, little guy.
Well, it's like that old Navy term, You're never more than 3 miles from shore or 3 miles from land, even if it's straight down.
Tales from the Crypt.
Sure.
Yeah, that was. I remember those when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember
Only
one of those episodes.
HBO.
Yep.
Well, I think, last week we talked about the Watcher movies, right? We were talking about movies, or was that week before? Where we
What?
talked about movies that was just the
Yeah,
movie, the scary movie that messed me up for when I was a kid.
Watchers.
Yeah, based on a book by Dean Koontz. We did
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah, I described. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I described it, and you were like, "Oh, is that by Dean Koontz?" I'm like, "I have no idea." And then you looked it up, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it is."
Gene
It
who?
is.
Who is this Koontz? Yeah. Kids,
Yeah.
movies that had screwed me up as a kid.
Oh, that is a good topic of conversation.
Hmm.
Because that one's the only one that really messed me up as a kid, and it was mainly just because it was the woods. Because things come out of the woods and get you, and then we played in the woods as
Well-
kids, and that was dumb.
I can't honestly remember a movie that really messed me up, but one that really was bad for me that like actually kind of got me a little ugh was the first time I watched Paranormal Activities.
Really?
And it only was weird because there's a scene in the movie where a light turns on in the little attic cutout.
Wait, how old are you for this movie?
Oh, I'm older.
That's what I'm saying. You're a grown ass man
Yeah.
for this movie. What are you talking
Exactly.
about? It messed
That's
you
what
up.
I'm
We're
saying.
talking about movies that mess you up as a child,
Yeah.
and you're like,
I
no,
couldn't
no. I
think
was
of
like,
any.
I was like 40, and that shit fucked me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, so when I was still a child. So
What's up, Salty?
the scene where the light comes on in the attic in the little crawl out space, and the guy's laying in his bed looking down the hallway, and that light comes on. My house was set up exactly like that.
Oh no.
So I'm
Okay,
laying in
okay.
bed, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and I just look right at that little opening. Like I just wake up and be like, "Oh man, I should have watched that movie right before bed," and it kind of freaked me out. Like I'd just be like, "Oh, there's that exact hallway and exact cutout in their house that looks exactly like mine. Sweet."
I think as an adult, the only one that kind of makes me go would have been Wrong Turn, the original Wrong Turn movie.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
watching that one and going like,
Oof.
F West Virginia. Like, I just don't want to go there.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Have
ever seen The
no-
Howling?
The Howling? No, I don't think I have seen
I've
that.
heard of that, but I have not watched it. That's newer, isn't it?
No, it's older.
No. Maybe they
It's
remade
one of the
Well, I'm sure they've remade it.
the original really good werewolf movies.
it. Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
if
watched
you like
so
werewolves,
many bad horror movies. I've just lost track, and I don't even know what is scary anymore at this point.
Well, I mean, that's what I was just thinking about too. At what point do you start going from horror movies with zombies to horror movies with like just nuclear war?
Yeah,
Like, what
what
point
is
does-
horror?
Yeah, exactly.
Perspective.
At what point is it more likely to have the nuclear fallout horror story than it is zombies or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. Any of that stuff gets very subjective to what actually scares you at a certain point. So
Yeah.
there you
well, you
go.
guys should
Saves young at
definitely
heart.
should check out The Howling.
The Howling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a pencil.
I'm not gonna lie. The Howling sounds like a not another teen
Wow.
movie type
I mean,
werewolf
ew.
movie. Just from
Yeah,
the
well,
name
I
of
love
it,
not
you know.
another- Not another teen one like epic movie, or I love those movies, those comedies.
I got
nothing
some of those
comedic
in the
about The Howling.
beginning. Okay. I thought what was a really good horror movie, and especially after the first one, I didn't think was very good. But Jeepers Creepers 2, I thought was.
No,
You didn't like the second one,
I like the first
No.
one only. The second one was hot garbage. Like
really?
they shouldn't even have made a sequel. It should just.
I
be like,
thought the
"You're
second
done
one
here."
was way better than the first one.
We didn't even film outside. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the third. Was that
You
the
might be
bus
thinking
one?
of the third. The bus one is the second one, I thought.
Okay, then we're on the same page here, and that's hot
I
garbage.
think.
They filmed the whole video on a bus. I mean, how much cheaper can you get?
Well, okay. So for horror flick, that's actually pretty common practice. I don't know. I thought the second one was better than the first one.
No.
I think
You know,
Jared,
it was-
old Bulldog here, is the one who made me watch that stupid movie back in the day when it came out.
You know what the most horrible sequel was that I did not like was The Grudge 2.
I never really I can't really tell you what The Grudge was about. The
It
first
was a
one.
Japanese Ring. It was like the Ring, but
Oh, okay. So okay, I know what you're talking
they
about now.
took pictures and they had the little like Asian kid sitting on their shoulder and like give them headaches, scratching their head.
Yeah.
And then the
I
second one,
never got
like
into that whole
the
craze of Ring and Grudge and all of that was coming out of Japan. They just kind of like the
yeah,
Blair Witch Project. The first one when it came out, and
yeah,
you were
that
like,
wasn't good.
okay,
That
that's interesting. Well, the thing here was they were like, oh, well, that was filmed in Oregon or something, which I
oof.
don't even think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
The
wrong
Blair
on
Witch
that.
Project.
Yeah.
The only reason I watched the Blair Witch Project because it was filmed in Maryland.
Yeah, there you go.
Was it in Maryland? See, I remember. Well, that was the thing when that
Well,
movie
filmed
came
there.
out. It was
They tried to
filmed,
act like it was real.
and everyone knew somebody who knew it was filmed somewhere where they lived. It seemed like that was part of the
Well,
advertising
Yeah,
for
I
it
mean,
too,
and I think the
almost.
only
no,
reason it
not
worked
that
was
far
because
from me.
it
Yeah,
was 1999 and the internet wasn't such a big deal. You know,
true. There was no way to.
there's no way to justify it or look it up or
Well, and at that point, I
There's
mean, you got to remember back then there was a lot of just rampant, like he said, she said, like rumors. Essentially, it wasn't like we didn't have the ability to go, oh, well, just ask Google. It's like I swear it's like that. You know, what do
yeah.
you?
I don't
I
think I saw Police
stopped.
Academy 4.
Yeah, there was too many of those. How many police academies were there? Like 6?
Oh, I haven't seen past the second or third one.
I
All the one
probably
I
stopped after
remember,
2.
all the one I remember is where he like gets all the stuff out of the junkyard and starts talking like a robot to fight the one guys. Whatever police academy that was.
Oh wow! So I was in
There's
the
not a lot.
blackout during the riot blackouts one. That's what you're talking about, right?
Maybe.
Where they basically get let go through the city and they split up and they see a bunch of things go down. I think that's the one. That's the second, or that
Is
might
that
be
the
the
second
first one
one?
after they get out of. I don't remember now.
Not the first one.
I thought the
the
second one
first
was the one
one-
with Bobcat Goldthwait, the bad guy.
Was
Night the
that?
police academy. Police academy 6. What?
Oh, 6.
Yeah, that's
I don't know,
number
Ronnie.
6, evidently.
How are you gonna say you liked it? Listen, I liked it better than the first one. I didn't say it was a great movie. I just said it was one of those where I think the sequel's better than the original.
Are we still talking about Jeepers Creepers?
That was Jared's the one that made me watch that in the first place. So
Yeah,
yeah.
looks like there's a
Wow.
comeback there in the
Okay,
he's defending
here's the problem. I only liked Jeepers Creepers because of the cool truck he drove around in. That was the big, like, hey, I'm driving around this big truck.
Oh,
And then number
okay.
2 comes along. He's like, I just got wings. Don't worry about it. No more truck. And it's like, you just took away the scary part of the whole movie. I mean,
Shit.
you froze.
Oh, the battery died. Remember the battery situation we're chasing over here? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, Fox says there's 7. And I think I watched 6, evidently. Man, I didn't know there was that many.
You just said
So many.
that you shouldn't. There shouldn't be any more after number 2, but you've checked in for all 6 of those.
Probably.
All right.
He says, okay, all right, yeah.
You got me.
Horror
Checks
films.
out. Okay.
My problem with a lot of horror films is I figure out what's going on
Yep.
very quickly, and I get bored with the movie because then you're just kind of making fun of it the whole time.
Yeah.
I like a good
gets-
movie. Oh, yeah, my wife doesn't like it when I get
My
bored
wife
with a movie.
gets mad at me, and I just sit there and I keep repeating the same thing. I'll just say what's about to happen, then it'll happen, and then I'll go, see, I could write this. I don't know why I'm not writing these.
And I can see why your wife hates watching movies with you.
Well, she likes to watch the Lifetime movies, and
Oh,
here's the good
no.
thing about a bad plot: every bad plot resembles a pornography. So you get to the point where you watch a Lifetime movie and you just start adding words into everything they say, and then it's like, when are they going to do it? Come on.
I'll just run this across the bottom. It's just a matter of time if he's gonna. Once you start relating Lifetime movies to pornos, it's just a matter of time until demonetization.
It's all bad
happens.
writing. It's just different actors.
Is it even in a Lifetime flick? Is it even different actors?
Sometimes it's not. I mean,
Oh man,
It is funny to watch Lifetime movies though, and just see
What's
how
up,
far
Shell?
some actors have fallen. Like you'll see them show
Or
up
is
on
it
a
a
Lifetime
behind?
movie, and it's like,
Or is it a before they were famous type of thing
no,
too?
it's after.
Oh,
They'll
it's
have this
definitely
career, and
after.
then they'll just bloop, and it's like, oh, they're on a Lifetime movie. Oh,
So is Lifetime like the new what was it, TV Land? For like when you make it to TV Land, you're definitely done.
you're really dating yourself now. Well,
Is TV
that's
Land,
sitcoms.
is that not a thing anymore?
I don't think so.
I feel like okay, where do the old people go to watch their Green Acres and stuff, Jim?
I don't think that's on anymore, dude.
How the hell would I know?
How the hell would I know?
I wasn't trying to go there, but
Green Acres.
I feel like you're. It says
Jeez.
Green Acres.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
shit my parents watched.
yeah.
Come on.
That's about right. My
Uh,
85-year-old grandmother watched that back in 2004.
yeah,
Like 20 years ago.
and
How
I
old do you think I
guarantee.
am? What the hell?
I don't think there's anybody on that show that's still alive. Like that's how old
Oh,
that show.
there's no way. There's no way there is. I think everyone's pretty much done at this point.
Yeah.
What was the? It was Green Acres, and what was the other show
Petticoat
that was like?
Junction.
Yeah, it's the exact same people,
Yeah.
wasn't it, or
Well,
something
no,
like that?
they did crossovers. It was one
Oh,
of the
was
only
it
shows.
You guys know
crossovers?
more about it than I do.
They existed in the same
Well,
universe.
I could tell
and
you
the
because
train
dudes and
station-
I watched it as children because our grandparents
we got
watched
the
it.
elderly around.
Yes, exactly. I know way too much about both of those two shows, like you do.
So yeah, Petticoat
The
Junction was
last
the train
episode of
station
Green
in Depot.
Acres. The last episode of Green Acres came out 6 months before I was born. So there you go.
Okay, I'm not saying that doesn't surprise me one bit. However, that thing was played on repeat on the TV Land channel until when did TV
that's
Land go
true.
out of business?
Granted, when I was a kid, there were only like 3 or 4 channels on TV.
Yeah, because it was a
for
big
black
deal
and
that those
white
shows.
TV.
Yeah, it was a big deal those shows were in color. That's what tells you how
Yes.
that old were.
Yeah, and I seem to remember. I seem to remember someone saying, I remember when they weren't in color or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean, at that time.
the Witch show, Bewitched.
Oh yeah,
Bewitched was in black and white.
yep,
And Lucy, I love Lucy.
yep. I remember Bewitched and Lucy in black and white when I was a
Yes.
kid at grandma's and stuff.
I remember in black and white because we had a black and white TV, so I didn't know what was color for a long time.
I don't think we ever
Even
had a
better.
black and white TV in the house.
Seriously?
Not like that I remember.
I played the original Nintendo on black and white until they got us a color TV.
Yeah, no, we had a color TV. We had a Zenith. It was one of those ones where it had the speakers and it looked like it was a cabinet that was
Yeah,
like
console top.
yeah, oh no, it was like a full cabinet. Like it was almost the size of a insert for a fireplace, if not bigger. Like cabinet TV,
Yeah, they
wood.
call it a console top TV.
Oh, is that what they called?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then there you go. I just remember the thing was.
Yeah, you
awesome.
looked down at them.
I thought it was cool.
Let's see if I'm right. I could be wrong.
I just remember it was a Zenith.
Oh, wow. That
Is that
there
what
is
you do?
something.
Are we going to start talking about adjusting rabbit ear antennas next?
Oh, we could talk about how I was the remote because they didn't have a remote. It was just go turn.
Well,
the
sure.
channel.
Let's date ourselves
Sure.
some. Doo-doo-doo.
Did you put
Maybe.
tinfoil on the antennas? Like a more
Like that guy?
Oh,
No, it did not look like it was older than that one. More wood, less black.
These are speakers.
Yeah.
Probably wider.
So see how the
High
black,
end.
see the black that goes up on the outside. That was all
Yep.
wood
Yep.
on the one we
yeah.
had.
I bet that screen is too big too.
Yeah, that screen. Yeah, compared to the chair, that does look a little bit bigger than what we actually had.
Yeah, we have more of a wood. Here we go. Here's what you're
I
looking
know
at.
exactly which one you're talking
It's an
about.
RCA. Here, let's look at this RCA one. Vintage TV talk. Live.
This is how we got here. So this one it had more on the sides. It was wider. You know what? Now I'm gonna have to go look to see if I can.
See, this
find
one
it.
has a spinning base. Do you remember having to look down at TVs? Do you remember that? This sat on the floor.
Oh yeah. You couldn't put them
Yeah.
on top of anything; they're too heavy.
Oh yeah, they were their own thing.
Oh yeah, they definitely. I remember they had to be put on the floor.
Yep. And you had to look down at them because
Oh yeah, here it is. This is it. Holy
That's when they started
crap!
making really low
design.
couches.
True. I liked low couches. I like to have to struggle to get up.
Oh yeah, this is her right here. I forgot
I would pass on
about that. Where is this? Here present.
It's the share button.
Yeah, well, what window? I've got, you know me. I got 27 windows open.
I don't have that many, and I have more screens than you.
Yeah, I'm fully aware. Can you see this thing?
Yeah, that's exactly what I just
Yeah.
showed. That's just the
I-
fancy version.
Well, this one had the knockers. I remember the little knockers at the bottom of the TV.
And they
being a
didn't
kid
pull
and
out.
Playing with them.
They
No,
were
they don't pull.
yeah.
But the
just
knockers.
decremental.
But the knockers would move, so you could sit underneath the TV as a kid and knock them and be annoying as shit until
I
your
bet your
dad throws something
parents-
at you.
yeah.
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
this
that was
guy.
her. We had that one.
People were so bad.
So here's the funny part. I had a TV very similar to that. My mother-in-law actually had it until we moved in 2010. Yeah, that was when she got her first
Yeah.
flat screen. But she had a
Wow.
console top like that she just looked at down on the floor.
I feel like as
Until
long as they didn't
2010.
break, they were
Oh,
bricks. They worked
you couldn't kill
forever. Yeah. I don't even remember what happened. Because I remember we had that one down in Southern California, and I remember we moved it up here to Oregon and then moved a couple of times here in Oregon with it before it finally went the way of the dodo bird. I mean, I don't even remember what happened to it. I don't think it died. I think we just got a new TV.
Here's the one I had forever. This was
Gilligan's Island, Lost in Space. Oh, yeah.
Gilligan's
Oh,
Island.
I love Gilligan's Island.
Inspector Gadget.
So here's the TV
Not a
I
lot
had
of
for
Inspector Gadget jokes.
Hey, Destroyer, what's up, brother?
Here you go. This was the first TV I bought. Was an Apex,
Oh, okay.
and they were super cheap, 27 inches. But these things had handles on the side, and they weighed a metric ton.
Yeah, because I remember when you carry those, you'd like a straight arm, just kind of
Yeah.
like.
I had one of
They-
these, and I used to have a 15-inch subwoofer that rode around in the back of my car in a box. And when I moved, I wasn't thinking about it, and the subwoofer got stacked with the TV. And when the TV got turned on, it was bad, like all purple and messed up because the magnet messed the TV all up. And then I had to talk to a TV guy, and he had to explain to me how to do this special reset and use a different polarity magnet to remove the pink. Because I'm like, I can't ruin this TV. It's the only thing I got.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hard times. When I was willing to spend more on
Same, man.
speakers than a new TV.
Yeah, there was times when speakers were more important than TV,
TV.
and then there was a time where you're like, oh yeah, let's put 7 TVs in a 2-seater sports car.
Because cool stuff. Did you have a PlayStation in there too? Was that a thing?
I did not. I had a 10-disc DVD player in there.
Oh, no.
It still has a 10-disc DVD player. In fact, that's where the majority of my DVDs that I still own are actually in that stupid thing.
Just leaving them in there. We don't need DVDs anymore.
You don't. What do you need
Yeah.
DVDs for?
I was
I
actually
had
really
a-
surprised. Yeah. Go on, John. Jim.
I was just gonna say I have a giant, massive collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. It's huge.
Ah. We
I
do
have
have a
a-
large tote of them when we bought
Yes.
out the Blockbuster when they were going out of business.
Oh, nice.
I have a closet with boxes full of cases, and then I have the cases that have DVDs and sleeves, and then I have DVDs just everywhere. Because we had a bunch of DVDs, and we had a child who loved to put DVDs everywhere, and yeah, that's where we are now.
That makes sense.
That's where we are now. You know what? I was actually surprised. It wasn't that long ago. I think it was probably 6 months ago. I saw the red boxes start to go away. And that's when I
Yeah.
realized, like, maybe DVDs are officially dead.
I mean, realistically.
We'll live
Although
on
I
forever in my
remember,
heart.
so internet is not great here. So one day,
Yeah, you got that
We were
Iowa
doing
internet.
well, we were doing something, and Colin's like, can I play DVDs in my room? And I'm like, yeah, you have a computer with a disk drive in it. Like, that totally works. He's like, that does that?
So
Like,
we couldn't afford a DVD player when DVDs first came out. And I remember I got a DVD-ROM and installed it in my Acer desktop so I could watch Blade.
Oh wow.
Original Blade. I watched it on my 15-inch computer monitor. Like, oh my god, it's a DVD.
Well, I do remember when we figured out we could watch DVDs with the computers at work. When we had figured out that those would
I think it was
actually,
like,
and we were like,
oh, when did Blade come out? Because I remember that now.
I remember
Yeah.
when I first joined the Navy, we had Yahoo Messenger like on the computers at work, so you could like you messenger over to somebody in another shop and be like, meet me freaking wherever or whatever at work. And then I remember when they're like, yeah, no, we can't have these on the work computer. It's a terrible idea.
1998.
Oh, 98, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
big time living in 98.
Remember, I went to the local grocery store. They had a thing on rentals, and I rented a DVD, and I put the ROM in the computer, and I watched that DVD on a 15-inch monitor.
And now you have how many 22-inch monitors sitting in front of you?
Enough for now.
Yeah, enough.
I mean,
You know,
there's more, but
that-
they won't hook up to the computer.
Back to that Yahoo Messenger on government computers. You would think that since then that we would have learned a lot about not putting stuff like that on government stuff.
Oh,
But-
they're still doing that?
Do you guys just recall recently all of the like tens of thousands of government cell phones that have the TikTok app on them that they have to remove?
Oh yeah, I guess that would be the
Government
same damn
phones?
thing.
Like,
I didn't think about that.
like really? Still,
See, our
after all
business-
these years?
You
They
couldn't
did, yeah,
install
because
it, never
that's
have.
literally been 20 years. It's the same damn thing. Yeah, no.
Same thing.
Oh, wow.
Same thing. Still haven't learned our lesson. Still have not.
But
no.
it's the TikTok.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with TikTok?
Should be cool for a government computer. I can think of lots of government uses for TikTok.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, none are coming to me right now, but
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, I remember when we went to virtual
Backlisting.
working, and they blocked all streaming on government computers to free up bandwidth. So you
Yeah.
couldn't YouTube or Pandora or any of those things.
things you shouldn't be doing anyways.
Listen, you can only sit at a computer and do Microsoft freaking Excel for so many hours without something playing in the background, bud.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you. That's what
I can
that's
tell.
what
I can.
CDs are for.
Well, okay, but you are in a part where you can't put CDs in the computers anymore because you can't plug thumb drives or anything into computers. You can't put anything in the computers anymore. So it's
Yeah, I
like,
hear
ugh. They're definitely one of those where it's like, hey, this computer does all this cool stuff, but don't do any of it because it's not safe.
Oh, Fox, I definitely do not underestimate how dumb the government is. Never.
We lost
Never.
our subroofers. They was doing the underwater hatch challenge.
That's pretty funny.
Oh wow,
no.
that's the new. That's the new. What is it?
You know what the worst
Sabotage.
part is? I
You
had to
just
look at
social
that and
engineer.
question if it's real. Like, I honestly sit there and go, maybe. I mean,
Like, it's possible.
Oh god, it's possible.
It's not out of the realm.
yeah, it's not a
Possible.
thing.
Possibility.
Yeah,
$3,600 seems like a good deal.
3,600. What are you buying for $3,600 now?
Oh no, never mind. It's a 2-wheel drive.
Uh huh.
Are we looking at marketplace? Oh, I'm in.
No, somebody sent me a thing. Everybody sends me these things like, "Hey, this would be cool to buy." I'm like, "No, I don't need things."
Well, it's like when you sent the picture of those trucks the other day. I was like, oh, thought we weren't buying more vehicles this year.
We're not.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then
Those are,
then I
those
figured
are
out.
awesome, man.
Well, and they're
Both
not
of those
his. Those projects are the best projects because it's a cool project that somebody else owns that he'll get to play with and not have to pay. Well, hopefully not have to pay for.
We'll see.
Yeah, that part
Oh.
doesn't always work out.
That's a lot
this
of
is,
bitter disappointment there.
Shell says my ex was a submariner. They could be stupid.
Well, yeah.
I have met a handful of nukes and submariners throughout my years, and I can name 2 of them that weren't completely the weirdest people I've ever met.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they agree to hang out underwater for long, extended periods of time.
Agree is a loose term there. There are a handful of the
Yeah,
people on that boat that agree to it. The rest signed up for the Navy and ended up on submarines.
you can always quit.
It's not as easy as quitting any other job. I mean,
It totally is.
it really
It
isn't.
totally is. You got to commit.
Well,
That's the
okay.
difference.
Yeah, if you're going to go full peanut butter in your drawers, then
Yeah.
yes. I
And we
mean,
always knew that guy. Come on.
yeah, everyone knows that guy.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, the worst part is, you get kicked out for peeing the bed was a definite instance of things you couldn't do. And I know a
I
guy that,
never knew anyone
well, we knew a
for that.
guy. And the worst part is he was top bunk, and that was nasty.
Oh no. Yep,
Yeah.
demonetized.
He got let out, but the guy below him, he probably had some PTSD after that. So.
Well, don't worry. He won't get anything for that anymore. He makes too much money.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, he won't get anything for that.
You should
Listen.
call my buddy Logan. He
Listen.
gets disability because the military dentist burnt his mouth.
Wow.
Yeah, they forgot to turn on
How?
the cooling part of the drill when they drilled out his tooth. So he was all good and numb, and they just kind of kept sending her and burned a little U shape in the side of his mouth, like completely through.
No.
The assistant lady was like, his mouth's smoking. And he's like, that's all I remember before I got really mad.
I was on fire. Oh no. Listen, Jared, you and I both know flip phones didn't play music, bud. I don't know what you're trying to say here that we could, This is the guy who didn't get a non-flip phone until last year. He's been on a flip phone until last year, and I think it was just because he couldn't get one.
So,
He'll have to comment on
one
exactly
of
why
the
he got rid
very
of that.
first music playing phones was an LG Fusic. And an LG Fusic was actually essentially an iPod Shuffle on one side and a phone on the other. It wasn't
That's
integrated.
how they did.
It was
Okay.
just 2 different devices stuck together.
That's actually not too terrible
Yeah.
for a, yeah.
And until somebody came out with a phone that played music, and they're like, "Dang it!"
Like all of our work is ruined.
I could see you have to have a special cable to go from the phone part to the iPod.
Well, here's the
part
best
to
part.
transfer the music.
It had a leather case and had 2 flip sides. Like you could hold the phone and flip each leather side to the other side to cover up the phone or cover up the Fusic. And the case itself was an external add-on battery that you could charge separately for longer playtime.
Okay, so what did all this cost once you actually
it was
got every?
expensive.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, it was an expensive piece of junk, and it came with a 64 meg SD
Jesse,
card.
I'm sure there were ones that played music, but in the time frame and what we were paying for, the ones we had didn't play music. I can tell you that much. I remember when my little Motorola would do like chimes for the ringtones or stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." And now it's.
Oh, I was big on that in the early days when you could download a wave file, a short wave file for.
And then do a thing and then send it to your phone, and it was yeah.
So
I had a lot of the HAL 9000 from Space Odyssey.
I had the one from
I have a video for that.
What was it? Euro Trip, where it's like mail mother. That was my ringtone for messages for a long time. That's always fun when it goes off at the wrong time. Because it would go beep beep and then say it, and I would have just enough time to try and get to the button before it said something inappropriate, and like the DMV.
Yeah, then I got older, and now all my shit's just set to what the default is. It's fine.
Yes, because
mine's old timey phone chimes that I download from the internet.
FM radio. Well, I guess the chirp. What were the chirp ones? The Nextel. Those things had like FM radio stuff.
Nextel, yeah.
So they all had radio transmitters built into the phone, a lot of them. And then they stopped doing that because the FCC essentially classified that as a jammer at a certain point. So it was like, no, can't do that.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember they were there.
Yeah, we are all over the place. I think so far we are likely to not be demonetized on this one.
I don't know, George.
We'll find out. I'll tell you what, unless it gets out of hand, I'm definitely challenging this one.
Okay. I mean, is that a challenge to me or
Who's that a challenge to?
I was
who's
gonna
that a
say,
challenge to? Are we trying to get? No, never mind.
no, we're not. We don't have to
We're
try. It just
trying
happens.
to get paid for this.
Actually, we're not. I did. Realistically, these don't make anything. I mean, it's
They make
short,
something.
20 cents, maybe.
Does it? I mean, that's 20 cents.
20 cents is 20 cents.
I mean, have we touched
20
on bread
cents,
making?
really?
We did talk about bread making last week, actually, and bread makers that apparently haven't really changed in 20 some years.
Old timey laundry machines.
Old. I forgot.
And now we've talked about old timey console top TVs.
This is a whole section. This is what we need to do going forward. Is we have our old timey time.
Old timey time.
Maybe that's why
Here
they're
on old
demonetized.
timey time.
They're gonna demonetize it because it's too boring. It's like,
Yeah.
they talk about a
Might
bunch of
be.
old crap.
It might be. Well, so Snow Tiger, a car channel is loosely.
It's a
Yeah.
loose term. What cars?
Yeah. I would love you
We can
to go
talk cars.
through our backlog of videos and find me the last time we had a car video on the channel.
I mean,
I like it. Make it so. I'm not. That is. I watched a good bit of last week's, and I just
Yeah.
remember laughing my ass off the whole time through last week's, and being like physically sore in places from laughing. And it's held up. Like sometimes I go back and watch old lives, and I'm like, oof, that's kind of cringy. Last week's was pretty funny still.
It was
fresh.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's fresh. We'll see. We'll see what it does.
See
in
how
6
well it
months to a
holds
year.
up in a
Yeah,
year.
the old smell test.
you'd be like, wow.
Oh
You can still
god.
say
though,
that in America.
Right.
You know what I would like to check into though? It doesn't say it was demonetized. It says limited.
Limited ad. Yeah.
Limited ads. Only the special ads
So
play
what
here.
does limited mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I could be
exactly.
more graphic, but there's probably some advertisers that advertise for certain demonetizable things that they don't care what your video says.
Car Mob. What's up, brother? How you doing? Hope you're not working tonight.
Right. So will it make money at all? Is there a category where it's like no effing way are we going to advertise anything on your video?
Where's my pencil? Pin.
So what you're saying is so you've got a green money sign, a yellow money sign, there's got to be a red one, is what you're saying?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be right, realistically. Are you
Has there
writing
been
this
a
down?
red one yet? I mean,
I have not ever
seen a
gotten
red one.
oh no, I did get a red one once, a copyright claim. I sent some GoPros to a buddy who filmed his wedding, and then I edited it all together for him and put it up on YouTube for him. I didn't put it up so everyone could see it, but it was where he could see it and other people could see it. And YouTube hit that one with a red one because there was a song playing in the background. So
Yeah.
I guess there is. Chilling at work. All right. Last night, then off for 2 days. Hell yeah. Well, it's your Friday. Or, yeah, Friday.
What are you doing, dude?
He does. Don't worry about him. He'll stop when he's done. Are you better now? No, he's not there. He's still playing with it. Oh man.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna look around and see if I got any.
I don't have any trinkets on my desk for.
It's a visual activity.
Dudes has one of those little pens with the boxing dude on it, but he's dressed up like a ninja, and so he just keeps like bringing it into the frame. Oh, now my wife is looking to go find something so I can play too.
I'm gonna go ahead and get us demonetized.
Oh
no.
we're stepping the game
We
up.
can't talk exactly about what it is, but
Oh,
No,
Oh yeah.
that's just a fancy hood ornament. There's actually a worse hood ornament you could have that would be classified as,
Well, all I know is that I was inverted.
that's is that a Navy plane or an Air Force
Oh,
plane?
nice.
Navy.
Believe it or not, I have a collection of those.
Yeah, I think
I
this
have a
is
whole bunch
what,
of
an
them.
F5 VF1 161,
Nice.
something like that. I don't know. We haven't used these
Check out
jets
this
in
one.
25, 30 years. What is that?
Okay,
Um,
guys, in the comments
Oh,
section,
hey, I know
what's
what
it
that
from?
is. It was a little blurry for a second.
an Imperial.
That's nice.
Anyone? Anyone?
Oh, the comment's a little. I mean,
I don't
I
know
know.
my hood emblems very well. I know the ones when they got
See,
the.
hey,
I
Oh,
can't say the name because it'll get demonetized. Native Americans
yep. VF55 wearing
when
chasers.
when they had the Native American hood ornaments. I know those ones.
But that
Pontiac.
was so what?
yeah,
That's a Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
that's this is not. This is actually not from a Pontiac. This is it's General Motors, but not a Pontiac.
Oh,
It's, and it's been gold plated. It's supposed to be regular chrome.
oh, you were.
I'm guessing Oldsmobile or Buick Deluxe. I don't know. I don't know my hood
I want to say
ornaments.
I want to say Packard for some reason, but I don't know why.
He said it was
Cadillac.
General Motors.
I don't know. I know he said that, but I wanted to say Packard. That's what I wanted to say. That doesn't mean I was right.
I gotcha.
So what
So
was it,
imagine
Jim?
Cadillac.
Oh, Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Oh, okay. I think I
Yeah.
have seen that actually.
Yeah, and these are these the ones I was showing earlier. I have a bunch of these. These are all DeSoto.
Ooh. Shell is right here. I mean, if you're gonna get a plane, a Warthog, I think, is the one you get.
Is that a plane? Really?
Well, you're right. It's a flying gun, but
Yeah.
I feel like so. Say the world ends, zombie apocalypse, and you can just go pick up whatever you want at the local base, and you're taking. I think you're gonna zombies are. You're not doing air to air combat, so you're gonna want a
It's
Warthog.
true. It's true.
I'm just saying.
Man. It won't last long, but you'll take out
I
some.
feel like that one's going to last longer than any of the other, current generation planes we have in our forces. Is for a rando to take off and fly. I think you have your best opportunity to keep that one flying and doing things than you do like some of the other aircraft.
Ah.
Like, okay, Billy Bob hops onto the base and gets him a helicopter. That thing's ending in a big smoking pile somewhere.
You don't think a Warthog's going to do the same? Did you watch
I
those
feel
videos in Afghanistan where the people took the helicopters?
I
Those were the
didn't,
best.
but
Those
I,
were the best
I
videos
can
ever.
bet how that ended.
Badly. So bad. They learned the hard way, and they didn't get a second shot.
Well, you don't get second shots with most of those when they crash. I've seen people that have been trained a lot to fly those Black Hawk helicopters take off and things happen and things go wonky. So when you get whoever who's never done anything and figures out that you flip these two switches up here and run these two levers up and the thing goes spinny spinny, and then you push the wrong lever somewhere and it
Yeah,
bundles itself
I've
up.
flied a remote control helicopter and smashed it into the ground every time. So,
Well, the takeoff is never the hard part.
Oop, shoop.
The landing is where.
My best friend worked on helicopters for years in the Army, and I have seen some great videos of Black
yeah.
Hawks doing things that they should not be doing, like in the middle of the desert, just doing these just insane pilots flying those things.
Well, the Navy
That's,
put one in Lake Tahoe, I think it was. They were doing some low level, they call it bikini chasing, and got some light air or whatever. Basically, the air cushion fell out, and they put the thing in the drink, and then somehow got it back out, and water's just flowing out everywhere. And they thought they were fine until the video went kind of viral, and you could totally see the aircraft markings. And yeah, that guy, he is now the commanding officer of, I want to say, the FRCs for the Navy Reserves, the Fleet Readiness Commands. They did. He was able to stay, but he's very safety oriented now, from what I tell. Doesn't take many risks anymore after that.
I bet not.
After that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sinks right in, and it goes probably about a foot into the water, above the door, or floor or whatever, and then he just picks it back up out of the water. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
We lost. I love dudes. Have you ever watched a live when he's not on, he just changes to different pictures on his profile? He's got about
Oh,
like
yes.
50 different photos there that he'll just rotate through.
It's quite impressive.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, he heard me.
Oh.
Barrel
Yeah, he's
rolls.
got a
Oh
punch.
yeah, dude. Those 53s are huge. Those things are wild. I worked on basically Blackhawks, and they're crazy with all the moving pieces and everything going on. But those CH-53s are 3 main engines, a fourth engine just to start the other 3, because your APU is basically its own big turbine. Yawn. Oh, I'm sorry, Becky. Are we boring you with aviation talk? I can see
Where's
that
dude?
probably
He
be.
needs to write that down. Aviation talk, no. That's
No more aviation. Well, actually, speaking
yeah.
of aviation, old Cletus, and going back to cars, but old Cletus McFarland just finally opened up about aviation on his channel. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah?
you follow him much, but he's been big into aviation for a lot of years, and you've seen things with him flying helicopters here and there and stuff. But they bought a carbon cub for the channel. Do you know what a carbon cub is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you ever heard of they were just the Cubs? It was just a little tail dragger crop duster essentially, and they've been around forever. And then someone
Yeah.
has taken a Cub and basically made it out of carbon. So the whole plane weighs
Oh,
900 pounds.
wow, that's cool.
It's the. Did you see the video of the guy that landed the little plane on top of the Burj Khalifa helipad? Did you see that video?
No.
Oh, wait,
I'm
is that
watching
a different
dudes
cat?
F apps.
He is, dudes. You're gonna get us demonetized. You can't beat up like that. You can't just beat it up like that on YouTube, bud.
Oh.
Just boxing. Uh, what I missed,
Man.
you smoking off the line. I thought that was a different cat for a second. When it went in front of it looked orange almost in front of your mood lighting there. Are you actually writing things down?
Yeah, no planes.
No planes. Oh, he's actually writing this down.
I
Oh
knew that was gonna
man.
be good.
Well,
never
so that
see
was the
that
thing.
one.
Well, that was the thing Cletus talked about in the video today. He's been essentially hiding aviation stuff from the channel due to Karens and people
Well,
reporting him to the FAA and stuff
yeah.
like that.
And here's
Makes a lot of
the other
sense.
side of that. Okay. There is no love for Cletus from a large group of people that view him as the upper crust of rich YouTubers. So there's
Well, it
a
is.
thin line you got to walk. So when you start telling people, look at my airplane collection,
Eh,
then you get into a whole realm of people just be like, I must be nice having all that money. It's like,
I don't know. I
well,
think you're having that already. This dude owns racetracks and
yes.
full on
That's why
shops.
I think
and
he's just like, I don't care anymore.
I don't. Well, that could have been the reason. He specifically calls out the Karens as the reason. Like literally says it that way in the video. But then again, I watch him come in from the video today, and he lands this plane in places that I'm just like, well, I can see why you didn't want to put stuff like this on the online, because people are going to have something to say about it.
Okay. Back to old timey talk. I
Yeah,
remember
we'll go back to
when
old-timey.
when we as a country we were happy when people did well. we were like, yes, that guy made it. He's making millions of dollars on YouTube. Yes, that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, now we're all like, screw that guy.
I
It's
don't.
strange.
I'm sure there is a large portion of people that have that idea towards him for the money, but I think he gets more of it for the dumb things he does than it's because of the money. I like the other day I watched him driving 120 on the street. He's showing it. George has got they're driving the aerial Atom they just bought, and George is filming, and you can watch the speedometer go to 120 miles an hour on a street, and they're showing it. And I'm just like, oof. The way automotive YouTube is going for some people, I'm surprised he is still showing that type of stuff.
I was watching a video the other day. I forget whose channel it was now, but they showed the speedometer, and when it got to 55, they just blurred it.
Have fun,
And
Becky.
they're like, and
Yes.
the bottom, they're just rolling. Yeah, 55. We're only going 55. Just 55. And you clearly see it's gone way past that.
Way past at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's blurred,
it's
so
one
you
of those. Well, it's evidence at that point, and so there is no evidence if it's blurred. What was it doing? Who knows? And
exactly.
hopefully, well, I know Florida
Just
you can
for,
get away with a
for
lot
click.
in Florida.
Yeah, well,
I
Florida's
don't
good
know
state.
I don't know what they're. Yeah, I don't know. You just all of a sudden we're gone. You're playing with your mic. No, he's having mic issues, I think.
Oh, the cat probably ate the cord.
Oh, you knocked something off.
Yeah, well,
Those
that's what you get
cats,
for messing with a cat.
He did try to box that cat. I saw it with my good eye. Yeah, I think Old Timey Time is a good segment we need to do. What's up, Zach? How you doing, brother? I had a lot of I put a video up today that I have been holding on to a long time because YouTube would never let me actually put it up from my phone, and it was a video of a '90s stock car that my buddy bought not too long ago. And so I finally got to go up and I did the whole, what is this? Because it's just a shot from underneath short. And I actually got a bunch of comments for once, which was kind of cool. Don't know.
That's
And
kinda cool.
they were comments that were actually, they were right more than not and not crappy. So that was a fresh take on comments from YouTube. Brailsford, what's up, brother? How you doing? Everyone's saying hey. Zach in the house.
Yeah, that reminds me. I uploaded a.
How about now?
Uploaded a short earlier.
Hey, that's better.
Haven't.
My microphone and speakers went all out of sync, and it was bad.
So that's 2 weeks in a row you've had some sort of weird mic issue.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even let me change it in the settings. Like I had to get completely out of StreamYard.
Yeah.
I think it's a StreamYard issue, realistically.
Well, I will say I have been using the OBS software during the week here and there, which, oh, by the way, would you guess that when I do a stream by myself without you guys, it doesn't get demonetized? I'm just saying. Maybe I'm not the problem.
Hey, I never said I wasn't the problem.
I never said I wasn't the problem. But I dig the OBS. And at Leather Night, dudes and I did a little, I think for someone we were talking about doing podcasts, we can do where all of our audio comes together on Discord, and we could start trying to do them that way. What do you have here? What is this?
Ooh. Oh, a little GoPro or something.
No.
I've upgraded my tool flaring game, or my tool flaring game.
That is what that is.
Oh,
Focus.
It's not wanting to.
Here.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
1/4 inch SAE, and then it blurred.
It's good and blurry, but I like it. Whatever it is.
All right, Fox, we will know you're here for a while. When you get back to work, we'll see it because you'll start. Okay. 3/16, 45 degree. So you just, tighten that down and it flares it in there?
So you got this little guy, and it goes in this side. and then you tighten it in. So your tube goes in. You tighten this whole clamshell to your tube, and then you tighten this guy into the other end, and it flares
Okay.
the line, doesn't let it back out. So you can do this all underneath a car, real easy. You can just tighten this up, and you're good to go. To the traditional style, where it's like you're putting the line inside the little clamp, and it's a big pile of junk.
Yeah, no, as far as
Oh, yeah.
being able to do it on the rig, that's actually pretty nice. Because I have a really nice inline tube one that I love, but you have to take the line to the flaring tool.
Yeah,
which
to get it to be right.
Yeah.
So I bought this one because I got to do all the lines on the Fairlane. So I figured, time for a new tool.
I mean, that's
They don't make a kit for 4-door Fairlane?
No, like brake lines, pre-made brake lines for the Fairlane.
Well, see, the thing about that is they may, but I'm not even willing to price that because I could buy this tool and I can buy copper rolls of line and just flare lines way cheaper than I know what that's going to cost me.
Facts. I have a spool of transmission and brake line just laying around just in case.
I will admit this. If it's a daily driver and I'm going to drive it every day, I will usually buy pre-bent stainless lines that I never have to touch again.
Why not just buy a roll of stainless?
Yeah. I always take into consideration how long it's going to take me to make lines. And then I can just buy one that's already made.
The fun part about a Fairlane is the brake lines literally run across. Yeah, they run across the firewall. Like they don't even run down below the car. They run across the back of the firewall, down, and then through the inner fender, and that's it.
Huh. They don't run them. So Subaru did a cool thing where they ran everything inside the car, including the fuel.
Oh, way to go, Subaru!
Yeah, I was pretty stoked for that. Well, I mean, to be fair, the fuel lines are like in that little channel where wires and everything go through by your door, so it's fine. That never has a problem there, right?
Yeah, you put it all together.
It's on the driver's side, right? I mean,
it is on the driver's side.
Yes. I mean, maybe it's made for the people that have the cars that drive on the other side.
Other side, that could be. I mean, that was made in multiple markets, so that could be.
Yeah, it's kind of like when we discovered the Volvo had the window defroster on the wrong side.
Oh,
remember that?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a good one for you, Jim. When a Volvo wagon has a window defrost, they only put a rear window defrost on the side that you're going to look through when you're looking back as you're backing up. Well, the problem is when it's brought over to America and the driver's position has changed, they didn't change where the window defrost was. So the window defroster on an American Volvo is on the driver's side, doing you no good at all.
Yep.
Way to go, Volvo! Listen, it was one of those things that we didn't catch it until we were like putting a fuel cell in it, and I'm like, why is it on that side? That's weird.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All these high-end options.
So, are we really going to do this No Name Nationals thing?
I mean, Fairlane.
Well, I'm actually more down for the Fairlane than I am for the limo. Although I think the limo would be
more
cooler. No, I have a hard time believing that limo is going to be more comfortable.
You just have this
smell
picture
it
in your head.
I can smell it from.
You've never even seen inside of it.
I can smell it.
I've been in straw bunk beds in it.
I have been in old limos and old campers, and you know what? They smell the same. It smells like Dirty Mike and the boys have been there for a while.
I mean, probably smells like mice in Iowa. But
yeah, white mice in a wool sock.
Maybe some ants. I was going through that footage today, and I forgot entirely about the ant infestation that we were bringing across state borders.
Oh, no. I forgot about the ants.
Yes. Ants,
I remember Ryan was not stoked about the ants.
You know that was an invasive species. Like they did not belong in Arkansas. We were burning them. Like we were just closing them down.
He was. Oh God! I remember when we started. We were like, "Oh, let's push it in. Oh, we should probably wash this piece before we start working on it."
Yeah.
Dean, what's up, brother?
Anyone want a south of Mexican border low clean?
Loo cleaner. It's
Loo
for
cleaner.
yeah, it's for cleaning the toilet.
Oh,
From
all
down
right.
under. This is our
Oh yeah, it's Australia.
Australian buddy.
I mean,
Remember?
don't you have to like scrub it directionally the wrong way or something? Australia.
Well, that's why it's special from down under. It has to go in from the other side.
Oh,
Goes the opposite direction, right?
Yeah, it spins backwards.
Oh,
Down,
yeah.
yeah.
different swirl. I learned that from The Simpsons.
With swearing previously. We're actually trying not to get well, I'd say that. Trying not to get demonetized is very loosely here.
Probably already have.
Okay, what would be demonetized for so far? What would have been the thing? Oh, the fire?
What?
What?
Oh, I know we demonetized for. We talked positively about the armed forces. So
did we though?
Did we though? I feel like we definitely.
I'm pretty sure we went from we should defend them to submarine people aren't very smart.
well,
we didn't come out and say that, but it was inferred.
But look, if one of those guys had gotten injured, we would all agree that he should get paid.
That is a true fact. Even if it was a submarine guy, we would agree that he should be paid. He's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So
and he doesn't have a wife that makes too much money anyway. He's a submarine guy. So.
He's a submarine guy.
Nobody's shacking up with that kind of weird.
If we have any submarine guys in the chat, we're about to hear from them.
Wow. They're not here. They're weird.
They are not here.
They're in a submarine.
Oh, you could be that guy, Dan or Dean. Fuck, damn.
Hey, Dan.
Damn, Dean, Dan.
Oh,
that's my bad.
I don't want to be that guy. Touche, Dan.
I'm looking at his profile picture here.
It's the back of a vehicle.
You were gonna go be a submariner, huh? Glad you got out of that frickin'. I have heard there are some incentives, but you can keep them.
Yeah. There's always incentives for jobs nobody wants.
But he's an officer too, so they're gonna spend that big money.
Doesn't matter.
All the same, just words. Hell yeah, Dean.
I mean, are they?
Yeah, they are just words.
I feel the pain of those words. I'm inflicted.
No, okay, yeah, so they don't, before they paid nuke school.
I mean, how many submarines do we really lose?
What
are you more likely to be made not alive on?
I don't know. Submarines run into shit actually a lot more than you hear about.
That's probably... We don't know. That one's missing. We don't talk about it
anymore.
Well,
no, because I remember reading a article about 2 submarines that had hit something while I was in the Navy and being like, I didn't hear about any of this. Like, I read like a news article and I had no idea. And I was like, wow, okay, we just don't talk about this. Okay. We did that? That was us? Oh, crap.
Not even a safety stand-down? Weird.
Yeah, we don't. Now, granted, I was aviation and that's, boat stuff. And I mean, we crash a lot more planes than they sink boats. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but like a submarine's pre-sunk, so
facts.
Yeah, it's like the one thing that's like, do you sink boats? Well, we're kind of already sunk when we started. So
he says, "All right, let me in. I'll come in now." Can you send him an invite?
Potentially,
maybe.
He might have some stuff to say.
Oh, I'm sure he has things to say and probably some real insight into some of this stuff other than... Like, when people ask me Navy stuff, if you want to know aviation stuff, I know a good bit of aviation things. But as far as, like, boat stuff goes, I don't know a terrible amount of it. We just never did boat stuff.
What?
We never did boat stuff.
Okay. I heard you wrong. That's fine.
Oh, I'm afraid to ask what you heard.
Nope.
Nope, don't be afraid, or nope, you're not going to say.
Be afraid.
Be very afraid.
Be very afraid.
I keep wanting to come up with what we name this or to do. Like today I just said, well, let's talk or whatever, but I like the demonetized thing, but I feel like that's going to
Demonetized.
be. Well, the problem is I don't want to run into like we did with WTF. Remember when I was doing hashtag WTF and you had your little software or whatever, and you were like, stop doing that. You're killing yourself. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to be one of those where we're just shooting ourselves in the foot because we think it's funny.
They're like, hey, WTF, that's a bad word.
Yeah, you can't use that. Well, this will be interesting now. We'll see if just doing a bunch of putting that up on is what does it, because we haven't covered very much here.
We just throw in an acronym that gets you demonetized. So, yeah, whatever.
I don't...
It's totally going to write it out.
We'll see.
What's up, Matt? Totally shouldn't, though. Based on the latest rules, it shouldn't.
Submarines are built... Our submarines are built incredibly well. Like I can't stress they're
underwaterness.
It's like they know that your chances of surviving are very low if anything happens. So we just built them so well that they can take like anything. So like San Francisco.
This seems like the Death Star. 1 second. This just seems like a Death Star statement.
The San Francisco hit an underwater mountain.
Yes.
And they were going full speed. And I've met 3 people on board that ship, on board that sub when it happened, and one of them
only 3. Weird.
A lot of them got out with PTSD because they almost died. One guy did die.
Yeah, because that boat basically was going full speed and then stopped,
smacked the mountain like dead on. And
that was the one that
wait.
I saw the report for that before I had heard about it from like anyone in the military.
You hit an underwater mountain with a boat.
Yes, that happened.
Who got fired for that?
I'm sure a lot of people.
Yeah, there was.
All right.
I know the Triad got let go.
But I met a guy. He said where he was, so they had to run all their pumps to keep the water out. And where he was, he said the water came up to his waist. It wasn't getting any deeper, but it wasn't getting any lower. So, like, imagine you're stuck inside that thing, and you're just kind of praying to God that it keeps the air pocket stays there.
Well, and everybody on that ship is disoriented because those guys flew some distance when they hit the thing.
I mean, I can't really talk about what flank speed is on that thing, but
yeah,
imagine your standard slow highway speed.
Yeah, easily.
Just picture standing in a camper.
You're just
about
standing
50 mile an hour,
and then you just hit a wall, and the wall is unforgiving.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's not the. Well, the other thing about that too is so you're flying through the air, but so is everything that wasn't secured at the moment either.
The fact that only one person died is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, because the pictures of what the front of that thing looked like after it bounced off the mountain is the impressive part. When they pull that thing out of the water and they get it up on the dry dock, and you're like, "Oh my god, that thing is smashed."
There was never mind. I'm gonna regress.
Yeah, you'll watch.
There's been a few incidents that people definitely could have died, and just because of how they're built, they've kept people alive. I mean,
but we have the same problem on the surface side too, because you had those surface ships that ran into cargo ships. What was that? 4, 5, 7 years ago? What was that? We had 2 of those.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. The Fitzgerald and the Kane.
Well,
they got T-boned, and
boats can make crazy maneuvers when something's about to happen.
Yes and no, because you run into the whole gross tonnage and who has the right of the way and nighttime and
there's rules of the road, and you're supposed to. But the problem is, it's not. Most of the rules of the road apply to one-on-one situations most of the time. A lot of the times when you're overseas, there's stuff everywhere. Like going through the Arabian Gulf, you'll be blocked out completely. At night, you'll see tons of lights on the horizon. And the Arabian Gulf is where Iraq, Iran, all those guys are. And you see oil platforms all over the place. And you're just trying to make sure you're trying to distinguish what's an actual boat and what's an oil platform.
Yeah. That's what she looked like after the mountain.
There was a person in that boat that saved everybody on board. I can't tell the story, but one person saved everybody. because he did his maintenance appropriately. That's what I'll say. If he had not finished the last step of the maintenance,
wow. Which it's crazy because it totally comes down to that on somebody just doing his job that you would normally never think my job is very important. It's just the thing I'm doing. But in this scenario, when that all went to crap, that one dude's thing was super important.
But it's I mean, there's other scenarios where if you know the Greenville killed a bunch of people because they
I
had
heard that one. Oh,
you should
lost
look
my
that
camera.
in Greenville. So they did something called emergency blow, where they shot out of the water and they shot out right through a Japanese fishing boat.
Oh, I do remember that one. Yeah, because it was not only was it a Japanese fishing boat, it was a Japanese fishing boat full of kids. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. We had to add school bus to this.
So this was a Japanese fucking fishing boat that we're going to take children out to learn how to do fishing trades. And we're going to take them all the way from Japan to basically Hawaii. And then the U.S. Navy
They killed everybody on board.
Parked a submarine underneath it was
it was I don't know exactly how it happened, like if it came underneath or if they landed on top of them, because
there wasn't much left of the boat. It basically either flipped the boat up into the air and it disintegrated, or came down on top of it, like you said, and disintegrated. Yeah. But it was all bad. And usually, I think what that was because someone wasn't monitoring surface traffic or something.
There's been a couple collisions, and you're supposed to do these sweeps that check everything, and sometimes Sometimes there's been really bad situations where, like, a wave just masked at the last minute.
Oh, the stern's what got it. Okay.
Tail. Yeah, they thought they were clear of it. Didn't know she was there.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Well, and that's the other thing, too. Like, the exact amount of submarines is classified. You know what I mean?
We don't tell everybody where they are.
No, it's not even that we don't tell them where they are. We don't even tell them how many there are.
Yeah, we do. We know how many we have. People, we
know how many we have.
Yeah, well, the exact number is technically classified. It's not put out anywhere, not officially anywhere.
The cool subs are still the Seawolves. They still do. Yes. They still do super special things.
Oh shit! That was what was.
That was where it hit. Tail fin knifed it.
Oh wow!
Damage.
Yeah, no. I've heard the Seawolves are pretty crazy.
I've met a guy who was on the. Actually, I went to school with a guy. What ship was it? There was a collision back in 2013 of a destroyer. My buddy was on. So the first qual you do when you get on a ship as an officer is something called. It's called helm safety. Basically, you're making sure that the guy driving the ship is not an idiot during high risk evolutions, and that's an officer's job for when you check on board. And my buddy just checked on a ship first time, hands in his pockets. They were doing a turn. All of a sudden, he said there was a loud bam, and immediately the whole ship went over like this. He said he fell down and just started sliding down the bridge. Yeah.
Oh, no. And this is because he didn't check the guy who was
it was not his fault. It was not. He was not driving the ship. He was just
okay.
When you're doing this job, you have no visual over what's going on outside. You're just making sure, so there's safety limits. So, when you turn a car all the way over, right?
Yeah.
You go hard over, you hear the pump, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's stops. There's stops on the rudders, and you can crush them and damage the ship.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. What's this one, dudes?
This is World War II when a submarine surfaced underneath another ship.
Well, back then, right, you buff it out and you paint it again.
Yeah, that's World War II.
You go to jail.
Well, they couldn't afford to fire the triad of a submarine in World War II.
Back in the day, you could beach your ship. Oh crap! Let's get this thing back out. We'll wait till high tide. We'll pull it out and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I remember watching all the old timey videos of them bringing back bombers. And it's like, how did that thing even fly home? And we're just gonna patch it up and send it back out. And it's like, Not
Well,
okay.
but the thing
Think about the
was, though,
carriers that came home full of holes. They
Yeah.
patched them up and they fixed them in like a month. And all right, back out you go.
Band-Aids and chewing gum at that point, you know.
But I think that's the difference of, it was an equal fight, essentially. Not equal, but, you could send that damaged ship back out, and the thing that was going to attack it again was not going to sink it again. Where now, the thing that's attacking it, that ship has to be pretty well built.
I'll tell you
depends.
this. So we are better at damage control than any navy in the world. Like I've taken tours of other ships. Our ships are built so well compared to everyone else's. It's incredible. Like there's a reason the Russians had an aircraft carrier that was sinking in dry dock. All right, their safety system is such garbage compared to ours.
Well, and they don't operate. I don't know that a lot of the other countries operate at the level we do and fuck up stuff the way we do, and then have to fix it when we.
Well,
we have a lot of experience with that broke, and we're got to fix it real quick.
The one thing I'll give the Navy is some knee-jerk reactions are they're knee-jerk reactions, but other times, like when something really bad happens, they learn from it and they actually fix the problem. So
for the most part. I don't know. There was a lot of. I saw a lot of. What was it? The forestall in San Diego a couple years ago when that. What was that fire?
You want to bet? Hey, no.
They were. There was definitely some mistakes going on back in there a little bit. Washing the AFFF off the deck. What was the one they just burned up in freaking California?
That was the. I know. That was
the amphib.
Yeah, I actually met the CMC on board.
They ended up quitting that kid they were pinning it all on, or they said that this was a kid that started the freaking fire in the hangar, and they ended up. I saw it not too long ago. They quitted him.
I met the command master chief from that ship. He's at my parent command.
Oh yeah,
he's a great guy. He told me some really cool stories that really got me thinking. He signed an NDA for a lot of stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
But he told me some cool stuff, like stuff I needed to hear as an officer still in. Because you go the modern. If you've been in for a while and you've got some salt to you, right?
Hockey play. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry. If you've been in for a while, and you'll be like, you think that the next generation they're soft, right? They're like, they're not nearly as tough as we were.
Yeah, they've had it so much easier. Blah blah. Yeah, it's the same story.
There's a Bonhomme Richard. That was the fire.
He
told me, after over a week of watching these junior guys, 18 years old, go into this fire that was literally as hot as the sun, over and over and over. They, his opinion changed. He said he thought the same thing. Yeah. And they weren't complaining about it. They were just doing their job.
And that's the one thing I can say that I've noticed over the years, and I saw the same thing that you're talking about, where everyone says, these kids have it so much easier and they can never do what we did, blah blah blah. But when times actually call for stuff hits the fan, and things, a lot of the time they do stand up and do what they need to be done. That was the big thing that came out of that, is the response was really well, but the problem was that yard was in such chaos.
Oh, it's no goal. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, that yard was in such chaos. Dry dock is such a dangerous place. I mean, you don't think about it for the most part, but a lot of bad shit happens in dry dock. Yeah.
And if you're not careful, it's not even the ship's company; it's the contractors that you got to be careful of.
Yep. Well, contractors, and then the other big problem with that boat is I watched a lot of the stuff that went down afterwards where they talk about stuff like that. There was a big problem with, who was in charge? Is it the boat people in charge? Is it San Diego Fire Department in charge? There was a little bit of that went on, and then there was people that were spraying fire retardant on that didn't know what was going on. They were washing fire retardant off with water, which brings me back to the whole, forestall thing. Because I remember watching and learning in firefighting through boot camp about the forestall and being like, damn, a fire at sea, at least those guys, I mean, if you can be lucky, were at the pier.
Yeah.
And could get off the boat, need be. Those guys stuck out into sea on a burning, exploding ship? Hell no.
Well, the CMC, he was telling me
Rob?
like he was driving in because he wasn't even on the ship when it started, and he said he could see it from miles away. He just he's like, oh, and that was his moment where he was like, oh crap, like this is bad.
And he knew it was his boat at that point.
Oh, he already knew. I mean,
how many boats were in the yard at that point? I don't even know.
No, that was he knew it was his boat because I mean there have been calls about it. It was on fire.
Oh, okay.
He's in the chain of command, so he knew.
Aware.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. He would know that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that my boat?
That was a terrible.
Well, you got to figure at that place it's not the only boat in these locations. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I just remember they were going after some E2 or E3 that they said started this fire, and I was like, damn, they've got some problem with the junior enlisteds if they're starting fires that light off entire ships. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Get him. He's goal.
Well, my team just got screwed. They called a good goal after they blew the whistle and the guy threw it in, and they still called it good after they reviewed it, which is crazy. You could clearly hear it. Anyways, but no. So the guy they were pinning it on, I heard that he was a piece of crap, and I'm trying to
I bet you did.
I've heard the same exact thing
from multiple people who've met this guy.
I mean, I'm just gonna have to say, if you were the guy in charge of that and it happened, it probably lines right up with you're probably a piece of shit guy.
I can't hear you.
You were too low.
How about now?
Yeah, can you please use that voice for it?
Yeah, if you could do that voice, that'd be great.
Well, I'm just going to let you know, if he was the guy that let a fire like that happen, he was probably a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to say that this kid was the one who started it, and
how do you
did everything.
I mean, what was the starting?
They say it was a pile of rags that was.
Oh, it was like a garage fire, huh?
Well, look up the USS Miami. That was the guy who he lit the submarine on fire because he didn't want to be in the yards.
Oh.
And
that shit does happen.
Intentional fire.
He caused so much damage that they're not putting it back in service.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's basically that has happened, and there is precedent for it. So when they said that was what happened on this one, I don't necessarily not believe it because that stuff does happen.
Well, the fact your thought, like something's mentally wrong with you if your thought process is, you know what, I don't want to be at work today. Let me just set this $2 billion submarine on fire.
Yeah, well, not only that, you're setting the fire to the submarine, destroying it, but potentially you could be killing people that you know.
Or yourself.
Well, I mean, I would assume if you're doing that, you've got a plan to make sure you don't get, well, maybe not, because there are idiots. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I live in a state where people steal anhydrous ammonia from tanks.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that for a second. Like, I'm going to go to that big tank and I'm going to steal some anhydrous ammonia out of it. And now I'm not alive.
You have to tell people what anhydrous ammonia is.
Okay, so it's a fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's a grand fertilizer for crops, corn specifically. And it's bad stuff. And if it leaks out and you breathe it, or if it touches you, it kind of melts you internally. So, yeah. And then people take it to make the meth. And, they don't come out alive.
Apparently, one of the chemicals that they burned for the fire, whatever, in Ohio.
Oh yeah, the train thing.
It was creating hydrochloric acid in the atmosphere. So, there was areas in like New York that got rain, and like people were taking pictures of their cars being like eaten, their paint's getting eaten by this raining hydrochloric acid. Awesome.
Yeah. That's why. One of the other reasons why I like the West Coast is most things they blow your way to you guys.
Just remember, everybody is one hot bearing on a train away from a major disaster.
Facts. That's why when the super volcano Yellowstone goes off, I'll be okay for a week, and then we're all done.
We're all gonna say goodnight.
Yeah, because it's gonna take about a week for it to get all the way around to block out the sun on the other side of Yellowstone.
I live in a bunker. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got a week to get my bunker together.
No, Elon Musk will save us. He'll get us to the next planet.
Oh, Elon will take us all on his jet
Hey,
and
no.
Some
He's
of
the
you guys
guy
will
that's
have to
going to
ride.
make
Some
the
of you guys will have to
volcano
ride
go
the
off.
Amazon blue balls, and everybody else. Safe.
No.
I think in that scenario, it's going to go down. What was that movie with Steve Carell and all of them that just did with where the asteroids coming down and they?
Oh, that was
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Stupid, but at the end where they land on the other planet and the dude gets eaten, that's going to be the Elon.
Oh no, that wasn't Steve Carell. That was Leonardo DiCaprio, and that was.
Oh, you're right. It was DiCaprio.
Don't look up.
Don't Look Up, which was a great movie. I thought
It was. Yeah, it was not a bad movie.
But yeah, they all end up on the other planet like, hey, look, it's an animal. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched? Okay, weird segue. Have you
What's
watched?
up, brother?
It's not a weird segue.
Have you seen Iron Sky?
No.
Oh, you need to find Iron Sky. Both of them, the first and the second. Highly recommended. Hilarious. It's a very. It's not. No big
I
actors.
have. I saw the preview to this. I wanted to watch it, and then I forgot what it was called, and I didn't watch it.
You must watch it. Watch the first one.
I wanted to watch it so
Watch
bad.
the first and then the second.
It has
What is
Hitler. It has everything.
Iron Sky. So basically, here's
Iron
the premise.
Sky.
All right.
Okay.
So the movie opens up. There's astronauts on the moon, and
I saw the
because
preview.
it's all kind of about it kind of makes fun of America, obviously.
Yeah.
And they put a black actor on the moon because they wanted to show their diversity and all that crap. And anyways, they find out that when Nazis lost World War II, they colonized the moon to rebuild, prepare to attack Earth.
Shut.
With dinosaurs.
No, that's in the second one. That's in the second one.
No, that's in the second one.
So you need
with dinosaurs.
but you need to watch it. It is so they said the actor the Nazis capture this actor, and they've been so far removed from America or from the Earth, obviously, that they don't know, like he has a cell phone and they've never seen a cell phone before, and they use it as like a supercomputer to power this like war machine that they have. It's hilarious. But like they never seen a black guy before, so they dye his skin white. It's freaking ridiculous.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's
I saw a bunch of previews and then I forgot the name and I didn't watch it.
It is. I think it's on Netflix, or it was for a while.
Let's see.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's worth a watch. I enjoy it thoroughly.
That sounds like one I need to watch too.
Yeah, Eric, I knew it was you, but I was like, oh, sweet, he's coming in that one today.
Pluto TV, Vudu, Prime, Apple TV.
Oh, Prime's got it. Yeah,
There you
cool.
go.
There's two of them. So the second one, if you're watching the one where in the center of the Earth, then you're in the second one. You need to watch the first one.
So I have seen something for the second one then with the dinosaurs in the center of the Earth and Nazis, and I remember watching that and going like, what has happened here? Like, who got the funding to make this movie twice?
I also wanted to watch The Man Who Killed Bigfoot, but I have never watched that yet either.
I haven't even heard of that one.
That's supposed to be a good one too.
The last one I watched with Nazis was what was the one where they were? It was like a Netflix or whatever, and the Nazis had infiltrated the government, and they were going through and basically wiping them out.
The name of the film is The Man Who Killed Hitler, Then the Bigfoot, and Sam Elliott's the main character.
Wow.
Yes.
I feel like the fact that it's Sam Elliott and that's the name, I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Yes.
You know, I really enjoyed that show that was on Amazon for a long. I mean, based on the book. The freak is it called now? I'm blanking out. The one where the Nazis won.
Man in the High Castle. Yeah,
so I was enjoying it, and then they're like, you know what? We're just gonna stop this show and we're gonna end it as abruptly as we can.
Yeah, leave you hanging. I hate that.
I'm gonna nerd out for a second because we're talking about Nazis. So if you actually
this
follow the
now
DC
you are
universe,
yeah,
so
for
on the
sure.
DC comic universe, they run a whole alternate universe essentially where the Nazis win, but then all of the actual heroes and comic book people, they're not citizens of America anymore. So now they're Nazis. So you have Nazi heroes, and then they conflict dimensionally.
Yeah, no, they did that in the Arrowverse. There was a whole planet where Nazis won, and they had to fight them. That was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a way better comic book than it was on that show. But
Oh yeah, because that didn't really. Yeah.
they didn't give it any justice to the Nazis.
I feel like there was probably done on purpose.
Well, the things.
I feel like if they demonetize us for some Nazi talk, I'm gonna fight that.
Well,
didn't what's his name? Cletus, he got like banned on TikTok for saying that.
Oh, no, it was because he typed in it was F Cletus or it was F Hitler is what he typed into the chat, and they banned him from TikTok.
Dude. So by the way, Dudes has a huge following on there. I have a pretty good sized following on there. I hope they do ban it. Like it is a terrible place.
I'm a TikTok troll at this point more than I'm a creator.
He literally does. He hits me up the other day and he's like, "Man, I've been trolling. I've been over here with this." And I'm just like, "Why are you wasting your life doing this? Go make long form content."
Because there's so many weird people on TikTok.
Look at Jim. Jim's like, this fucking guy.
Well, everybody who's on there, like, oh, they want to silence the people.
They're gonna take away my voice.
No, you idiots! It is Chinese spyware disguised as social media.
Eric. About 3 hours after we wrapped it, it was demonetized.
So here's the reality of TikTok. If you want to really break it down, it doesn't matter spyware, not spyware. Facebook does the same thing. We can all say that.
Yes.
There is no tax revenue being made off the marketing profits of TikTok. It goes straight to China. So as a government, we should want to stop the support of that. I mean, that just comes down to, I'm not being that guy, but
you are being
invest in your own country, not invest in China. I'm sorry.
American-made fucking propaganda is the only type of propaganda we like here. We don't like other countries' propaganda.
I don't need that Chinese. Look at this.
Well, and also, like, that's,
China.
So I can continue to tick off the mark. Hey, no, I do not receive funding from foreign countries.
It's a good thing you never started that. That would probably have been a problem by now for you.
Well, I know that it would be a problem. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I know we've talked about that many a times, but it's just one of those like, I remember one of the conversations we're like, well, it probably wouldn't be a problem, but it's probably safe not to. But now it definitely would have been a problem.
I was going to get out back then, and now I'm not out. So
yeah. Yeah, well, and like we've talked about, the money actually coming in from TikTok is pennies on the dollar.
There is some people on there that claim they're making a 6-figure salary and they're going to take their livelihood away.
There's a lot of people that claim a lot of things. Anyone I know.
I want to hear the sob stories. I want to hear, I had to go find a job. That's what I want to hear.
And they do. They get on. They're like, I'm going to have to go find employment again. It's like, what?
Well, at what point are you like, there's YouTube and
here's the best part.
There's a bunch of other places.
I mean, they can just go back to getting unemployment from the government.
Facts. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're probably veterans and never mind.
Okay, so Jared did just send me a text. He says, "Dudes totally taught everyone how to make meth, so you're demonetized." I'm like, crap, that did happen.
Well, I mean,
I forgot about that part.
Right at the beginning, I did explain you had to get a very dangerous chemical out of a compressed space successfully without dying. So really, I didn't give you the tools as much as the ability to not do it well.
We'll find out.
I mean, remember we were talking earlier about the things you used to be able to find on the internet? I mean, you literally used to be able to find how to make a nuclear bomb on the internet.
Well, the Anarchist Cookbook. The Anarchist Cookbook was a freaking real thing for a long time that you could download and have.
Here is the worst one. I actually read an article.
I had a copy of that when I was a kid.
There was an article by CNN, and it was actually put on this, Vice thing for a while. And it showed the lowest form of methamphetamine can literally be made with Gatorade and batteries. And they showed people literally doing this in the Walmart bathroom. They would steal the supplies at the Walmart, go to the Walmart bathroom, make meth.
I have heard. Okay, so I've heard this because I've heard the phrase or whatever, making the meth in the Walmart bathroom, and I just never really understood that it would. How would you do that? But now this makes, I guess, that's where that comes from.
It's literally ionizing the sugars and the battery acids, and you have meth. It's not good now.
Eric here, you guys get paid?
The obvious fix for all of that, we got to get rid of Walmart.
Well,
obviously. Well, I
but
can't.
what about Chicago?
What about Chicago?
You haven't heard those stories?
No.
They're shutting on all these Walmarts in Illinois. Okay,
Oh, I
so
thought in Portland they just did it. Basically, everywhere
here's-
where you have problem with everyone stealing everything because we've made government welfare
here's
states.
the best part. They have mass theft. Like 60 people run into the Walmart and clear the shelves and run back out in a mass theft. But here's the problem with all of this: the Walmarts have oversaturated their own market. And if you actually look at the map where they're removing them, there is a Walmart every 7 miles.
Yes.
And it's just like, hey, you have 25 Walmarts in a 30-mile radius. Maybe you could lose a couple.
Well, no, that's revenue they're going to lose. The only reason they're pulling out is because they're losing revenue anyhow.
Exactly. And if you go to the place where there's enough people shopping there, the mass theft won't happen. Because it's the problem is you have 12 people in the store that aren't there to steal and 60 that are.
No, that's not true. You go to the Walmart, there's 107 people in there, and 0 of them give one single F for somebody stealing something from Walmart.
Well, I don't live in a populated area, so
that's what. But I'm saying I hate Walmart with a passion because they are literally the worst for everything. So if I see somebody coming in there to steal something from Walmart, I'm not personally going to steal something from Walmart because it's just not worth it to me. But I'm not going to stop a bunch of people doing it from Walmart because
it's the
that's
McDonald's syndrome. You know, everyone wants to be mad at McDonald's because they make horrible food, but they still eat there. Everybody wants to be mad at Walmart because they're making so much money, but they still shop there. So then when you get into the situation,
I'm not mad at Walmart because they make money. I am mad at Walmart because they don't have anybody there to check me out. Nothing's ever freaking put away. Nothing's where it's supposed to be. Everybody that works there is literally the worst. And you know what? If you work at Walmart, you know what I'm talking about. You're the worst. It's just the way it is.
You're in the anarchy state.
I am.
I mean,
yeah, I am. You're right.
Yeah, the people that work at your Walmart are probably not very good.
Have you been to the Walmart in Fallon, Nevada before?
I mean, Walmarts are usually, they're usually a little more
Walmarts. Like
yes, because that Walmart has a special brand of methamphetamines that builds into it. That Walmart is. Listen, you go to Fallon, you'll find out.
Look, here's what I appreciate about Walmart. Walmart is, if you need to get something and you want to know you're paying for a store that you're paying the lowest price, it's going to be Walmart.
Well, yes, Walmart, it's like any other box store. It's most likely going to have the crap you need in it when you want it. But is it worth the bull that has to be gone through to get it out? I.e., 27 people behind one person to check out.
Fallon.
I see. I've never had these problems that you're discussing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a Walmart marketplace like literally a mile from my house.
I guess that's the problem. I go on to Walmarts where it's the only Walmart for a long, like Oak Harbor, Washington. That's the one Walmart. That place is wild all of the damn time.
Here's the problem.
You need some Dollar Generals.
You don't have any variety of your Walmarts, so you're just stuck with whatever you get.
We have a
I can go to 4 Walmarts within a half hour of me.
We don't have that. Oh, you want to see a Walmart that's crazy? Go to the Walmart that's in Waldorf, Maryland. That place gets a murder at least 2 or 3 times a year.
Do you guys have the Walmarts with the blue police lights in the parking lot?
Yeah.
No.
That the ones in Louisiana did. I don't have those here in Oregon.
Some of the Walmarts here have those.
So what I'm upset
I always
about
park right underneath the blue light.
Oh my God! Here we go. Fox right here. No, but Terry Tate, office linebacker for theft recovery at the doors. These dudes just getting freaking nailed by dudes.
I will say this. I'm sorry, go ahead, dudes. You've been trying.
So the big thing I am upset about Walmart, and the only thing I'm upset about Walmart is I liked to go to a Walmart when it was 11:30 at night, where nobody was in there, and now none of our Walmarts are 24 hours. So I hate you, Walmart.
Yeah. That is a problem, yeah.
I hate the Walmart I understand it, but
no matter what time of day I go in Walmart, I'm always packing when I get in there. I don't go in there without some backup.
Yeah, things happen in Walmarts, and it's yeah.
All right, we got gun talk. We've got drug.
Demonetized. And it's all around.
Hey, I gotta hop off. I actually gotta edit a video, but I want to hop
All right,
off.
brother. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for coming on, man.
See you, man.
You know what? I am far more confident than I was last week that we won't be demonetized.
I mean, they're gonna have to look into this a lot farther than last week.
And I was pretty convinced last week that we probably wouldn't get demonetized.
You mean the 80-year-old
Did you see
breeder sitting in their chair won't stop thefts?
Well, no, me mom might, but that's because she's got a Beretta in her purse. You know what I mean? You got to watch out.
I'm gonna admit something I don't really want to admit as a human being, but I used to work for the Sam's Club. You know, and I was the elite
you told
Walmart,
me about that.
And I was a front end manager there, and we used to deal with theft. And theft was.
Would it be better to be a back end manager there? Just okay.
Yes,
carry on.
because you sat in an office and didn't have to do anything, but order the front end manager to do things.
Was it theft or was it more like loss prevention?
You couldn't do nothing, and that was the problem. Like you would watch a lady walk into the bathroom with a VCR, DVD player combo, and then you would watch her waddle back out and walk to the door doing this, and it's like she's got that between her legs. Like you see where I'm sitting? And then you're like,
that's there, right?
Well, I can't stop her. Yeah, just take her picture or something. I don't know. Take a picture of her license plate, call the cops, fill out the paper. Like we didn't jump anybody. Like there was no grab them. You know, like there was none of that. I was like, let them go. They think they're getting away with it. You know.
Well, there's.
The reason you get demonetized is the green backlight that Dudes is using. Green is offensive to some persons and cultures. I am one of those people of culture, Fox. How do you know? Are you judging me?
Green is offensive.
I am.
Oh,
Irish.
God, you've got backlight colors too. I'm the only one without fancy lights.
He's got red. Look at those Milwaukee chairs.
Is that what you do? You're going to go there for my Milwaukee? My red Milwaukee chairs out there? You can see it right there.
He has Milwaukee chairs. He's a fanboy.
Yes, I'm judging you. He's judging you.
I mean.
All right, boys. Well, it's been 2 hours. What?
I made us a little logo for...
I saw that. I don't know how to pull it up. I like that.
You don't have a pull-up game?
I have a pull-out game. I don't have a pull-up game. It's different.
I have more of a pull-up and tuck game.
Demonetized. Hold on, look at the Discord up here. I'm gonna pull this up. Oh wow.
Call it my Beltline bulge.
Stop. So I said we're about to shut it off and you're gonna try to get us demonetized in the last 2 minutes and see what happens. Is that what's going on here? I don't hate it. I think it's a good idea. Lives. Oh, that's mint. How do I think I can. Can't I add it as a break? Oh, did we lose Midnight? What'd you do to him?
Starlink down. Starlink down. Flank the left.
I can't add a background. Oh, and you can't add a picture, can you? You can add videos.
I don't. We're stuck with the stupid leaf background.
I think so.
I think we should just get Midnight to pay for a stream.
Yeah, customize your background. Free. The free plan comes with one example. If you'd like other ones, you can't. All right, so let me go present, share screen.
I know I could go full screen like that. That's
Windows. Here we go. All right, can you see it? Oh, did you do it too? Did we both do it at the same time?
Bam.
I like it.
So that's gonna be our background.
I don't know. I think that's the logo for the podcast. I dig it. I actually dig it a lot. See,
you can put our little icons right down here.
Oh yeah, underneath it in the bottom. Yeah. Dude, I still haven't done much looking into
if it's a channel name, if it's a
I did a demonetized podcast and I can't find anything. But I didn't deep dive. I really thought after I said it, you would deep dive because normally you go down those.
I go down so many
I,
tunnels.
I know it was one of those where I spread the information in there enough and was hoping you were just going to go do it. And so far, that has not been the case.
I was stuck so hard on fat stripper names that it took me a long time to get away from that.
We got a lot going on. Sarah Mobile Diesel, what's up? Hey, what are you doing, brother?
Where did old Midnight go?
Still kills me. Coming to the stage to Titanic was a good one.
It says power just flickered, waiting for internet to return.
Oh, it's got to reboot the StarNet. You will have that.
Waiting for internet reception. Move the bunny ears.
Upgrade your stream. Yeah, look at 850. He's like, seriously, upgrades. Yeah.
Hey, 15. If you pay for StreamYard,
appreciate it, brother. I'll have to come check it out.
To borrow yours.
Yeah, if you can just.
It's kind of like your neighbor's rake, but more like his wife.
Oh man. So yeah, probably another hour. Wow, Sarah. So you're coming in here hot. Okay.
It's snowing again.
It is snowing again.
Aha, it's not snowing in Iowa. I feel bad for you.
Right this moment.
Well, sure. What's this guy saying? Did you guys get demonetized also for lack of original content? What?
Yeah, that's why I say coming in hot.
What? Who is this person?
I don't know. New guy to the channel, I would assume.
Hey, it's
I don't pay. He uses Narxes. That sounds about right. Realistically, I'll figure out how to make OBS work before I pay for StreamYard. It's just
true. It's too glitchy for the price.
Yeah, exactly. Glitches a lot for the price, and realistically, we're doing a live show where we get demonetized for saying bad words. I'm not about to spend money into that. I don't do this for, this is for fun. All right, let's see. Where are we? Nope. Do that. Is Midnight coming back? He's like... by YouTube, 12 now have... Oh.
He's waiting for his internet power.
Oh, no. You see what Sarah just said? Hold on. Let me get back over to StreamYard. A lot of people are getting demonetized by YouTube because it's not original.
Like I think somebody has to call you out on that, though.
I think so too. Yeah, no, that's definitely not been a problem for us. We shoot all of our own garbage.
Yeah, no. If I'm copying somebody or they're copying me, I mean, I have had that though, because I have in my, I get that a lot.
I don't have that problem.
I can go in
you
there.
You have a lot of people that are using your stuff.
Well, they're not using my stuff. I've had a lot of people send me links like, this guy's copying you. And I'm just
like your format, like how you do it.
Yeah.
Which
and I'm just like, I don't care.
Well, because you're kind of copying other people's. It's not a new thing.
No,
I mean,
not a new hat. It's the same hat.
It's same hat, just a different voice, I guess would be the best way to put it.
My hat, that's your hat. They both have the same logo.
Yeah. This is my hat. That's your hat. They're the same.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, there was a lot of people when you started blowing up with your, informative comment stuff. Basically, I don't even know what you would call what your content is exactly.
It's content.
Yeah. But there was a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm going to start doing. Content. How many people said to you, hey, dudes, I'm going to do something like a video like you're doing? Like they thought they were going to encroach on you and needed to ask first.
I had a bunch of people that asked, and the same answer was always given. Go for it. If it works, great.
Sarah, so we got to, not to cut you off, dudes. I'm sorry. I'm talking to Sarah here. We got into a thing where this show gets demonetized a lot for probably a lot of good reasons. Are you just going to mouth the bad words to get me demonetized now? Is that what you're doing? So as a joke to it, we're actually talking about starting a podcast named Demonetized because this podcast we go back and forth a lot on because it's not a car show creator podcast. That's not what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe we started that way, but we definitely don't do that anymore. Are you gonna make him box your dude on your shirt there? I didn't know.
Oh, he's
Turtles.
back. All right.
Oh, he's back. So Starnet hooked up for you there, huh, bud?
Yeah, the power went out for, I don't know, like 2-3 seconds, and then it took a while to reboot.
See, Eric, we are anti-structure over. Was that
Structure.
a fart? Did it
Oh,
just punch so hard it pooped? That is going to be the new line. All right.
Oh, we need one of those.
Where did my coffee go?
It looks like, is that Mr. Hanky?
Yeah.
I think it's a ninja.
It's a
Oh,
ninja
that's
poop.
Hanky? It's a ninja poop. It is a ninja poop. Oh, my.
That's awesome.
So we are both Midnight and I are running the Starlink, and I'm on my second install kit because the first dish died after, what was that, 2 months, dudes? Something like that. It didn't make it very far. Midnight's having better luck with his so far.
Yeah, so far so good. It's oh, let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
So I called HughesNet a couple days ago to finally disconnect the service because I forgot I hadn't actually canceled it yet.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, let me cancel it.
Yeah.
It took me a good 20 minutes to cancel. Once I started actually talking to someone, the first thing they said was, "Well, we brought up your account. Are you sure we can't talk you into upgrading to unlimited?" Unlimited.
You sure you can't make us? You sure we can't talk you into giving us more money for shitty service?
How this conversation needs to go would be 100%. Can I talk you into just letting me have it for free and you pay me to keep it?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at with that.
So where I am, and I run everything wirelessly in here, I get pretty good speeds for in here. Let's see what we're running right now with everything I got going on.
It's Starlink is definitely much faster than HughesNet. Like, I mean, really much faster.
So right now, middle of the day, everyone in this house is doing something on the internet, and I'm running about 30 down, which is across the street. I have real cable internet across, on the phone line internet, I guess, and 30 is the best I ever get down, and I normally end up seeing 15 across the street. So it's way better. I've seen as high as 120. Are you okay, dudes?
I uploaded my shorts wrong. Don't worry about me.
Oh no.
I thought you just
Yep.
did you just say you have
24.
blood in your shorts? That's weird.
Yep. It's about the same thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
basically. Yeah, 30, like I said, 30 is what we have next door. The ping has actually been really good on the Starlink. I've actually been able to do some gaming, some Rust, and Minecraft, no problem. I don't know about like a Call of Duty or something like that. Although Rust played, I have some issues with the Rust servers, depending how far, but it's pretty good.
So, do you want to have one more conversation about how YouTube's not fun to play with?
Yeah, we can do one. Well, like Jared said, I said we were going to about wrap it up at 2 hours, so we'll go another hour before we finally.
That's usually how that happens.
So when I said that, Jared literally posted it. I was like, God, he's so right.
So, I've been trying to do these stories.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
And at 10,000, you get stories. Some people get them before that. It's a thing.
I didn't get it before 10,000.
Within a story, you can put a clickable link right on your story that allows people to click and go to the video
you were telling me
want
that.
them to see.
Yeah.
Which is great because it's a great way to flood the internet with your content, right?
Well, and cut them out of the loop for
I
it,
mean,
'cause they don't
my
do a good
story
job.
got 10,000 views. It didn't really accumulate to very many clickable video views,
Yeah.
but it got 10,000 views, and that's great.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I went in there today to create another story and link an old video, and talk about the old video and link to that in my story. You cannot select uploaded videos that are over 2 weeks old, which
Really?
is bull. And then I figured out a way around that. So it allows you to post links to other people's videos or things you have recently liked. So then I just went in and liked one of my own old videos, and then it showed up in the list of liked
You are
videos.
literally the spiffing Brit here, dude. You just spend
Yeah.
all day because you're the one that figured out how to do thumbnails on shorts again by basically just nerfing, or not nerfing. What's the cheesing the freaking system?
I think nerfing works.
Nerfing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So here's the other problem. It still acknowledges, even once you've taken that video and put it in there, it says you cannot link any of your own videos more than every 4 days.
Oh.
So it's like, really? You guys don't want me to control my own fan base clicking
They
on
don't.
my videos.
But that makes actually 100% sense realistically, because that statement right there backs up everything else we see that YouTube is
being
doing.
100% throttled, and they're putting a brick wall up and everything I could possibly try to do.
Well, it's so funny. I find this funny because when we started this a year ago, before you blew up, you were firmly in the make better videos, you will do better on YouTube camp.
I still think that's applicable. If you make a better
it's
video,
definitely not. It's definitely not applicable. I mean, it does have some, but it's not nearly as big of a metric. Oh wow, you can see the snow, right?
There's too much.
Right there.
There's too many variables to what is considered a good video.
True.
To say make a better video. Well,
but
if people don't like your face and they don't like your voice, you can make the best videos in the world.
Facts.
People don't like
I
you.
agree.
But there's also another end of the metric there on if YouTube doesn't show yours, it could be the best anything in the world. If they don't show it to anyone.
And I'm only going to say this as a good example is Piston Twist. If anybody wants to sit down and watch an amazingly made video on how to repair a motorcycle done explicitly well, like theater level, here you go, let's record it. Go watch Piston Twistin'. And he does not get the justice he deserves. And he's doing how to. He's doing all the things that YouTube has said to do.
And he's doing how to on a level of video quality that I will never achieve on this channel. It's just never going to happen. Like, and you're right. He's the perfect example of you can do all of the things they tell you to do, and it won't matter.
Yep. They'll still just, you're over here now.
Well, I'm still little dozer content over here. It's not supposed to snow right now. I gotta go put the side by side away.
Well, but here's the funny part. So I put up a link to a new video, and I put up a link to a new video. They don't show it to anybody. I put up a poll. They show it to 60,000 people.
Well, we've understood that. That's because for whatever reason they're letting the polls are going unchecked.
The poll is data mining, and they know you can't put a link in it, and they're stealing that data mining.
That is exactly what they're doing. You're right.
Yes, that's why they're all about. Look at the polls. Oh, they're stealing it. It's not meant to be used as data mining, and they're doing it. They're just like, do polls. We love it when you do those.
Stealing it. They own everything, so they can't steal something they already own.
Everybody. Well, it is. They're data mining everything. I don't know. It's definitely the shorts are where you see. I mean, if you go to my channel, my growth is all in the shorts. There's hardly any in.
Well, I mean, my growth's in the shorts too. But
I can't tell if you're trying to make a joke there or.
Did that one metric we were looking at the other day, the shorts being shown to whatever?
Oh yeah,
did that pretty much show that our channel? Oh wait, our channels were pretty much cut off of the shorts at the same day.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. February 28th.
Mine didn't do anything that day. It was a solid.
His is solid,
fine.
But ours
both at the same time.
April 28th was the last good day, and it's all been whatever it's been since then. And
mine's been flat.
Pretty right then, just done. We both saw it happen at the same time. We were going gangbusters, and then all of a sudden, dead.
I did see a little dip in February, but mine came back. But if you look at the last 90 days, it's a pretty flat.
That was the day Elvis died.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I think there was a grand reset there. I mean, obviously,
something definitely happened.
The end of the. It was. I think it was the end of the first. The end of the first month of shorts.
When they first said, "Hey, we're gonna pay for shorts content," what did I just lose?
I muted. I thought.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. It's just like, did I lose everybody? So here's my theory. At the beginning of let's go pay everybody for shorts, and that's great, and they should have been doing that in the first place. The problem comes in is everybody from the TikTok verse, everybody from the Instagram, everybody from everybody that has good reels or whatever, they just start dumping it into YouTube. Now YouTube goes, okay, all we have to do is show all this excess of video to everyone, and we have to pay no one. So it's a problem that created itself very quickly because everybody's like, hey, we're gonna go over to YouTube and get paid. No, you actually just trickled in more mud. I mean, it's all mud now.
I agree. I agree, but it seemed it was odd that it happened the exact same day.
Yeah.
But my thinking on it was that it was they went through that first month of ad monetization. At the end of the month, they said, "Oh, look how much this cost us. All right, let's fix that."
Correct.
Yeah.
And all they have to look at is the metric of if we originally had 10 million videos to show to everyone, and all of a sudden that becomes 100 million. Now that means the 100 million videos now just turns into more spread out, less people get paid, more media. I mean, it's a simple metric. Once they claimed we're going to pay for shorts, everybody said, well, I have shorts content.
But the flip side of that is I then looked at a metric that showed how much my long form paid that month versus what shorts paid me that first month.
Oh yeah.
And shorts was $9, and then almost $200 in long form. So
yeah, and that's always going to be the metric.
I don't really care then, but I do care because that's where I get subscriptions from the shorts, and so it sucks that nobody's seen.
Yes, that is definitely an issue. Well, boys, I got to wrap this up because apparently there's a freaking snowstorm going on outside that wasn't supposed to be here. This was not supposed. It was supposed to snow earlier. Yeah, I got to go do stuff that I wasn't planning on doing, and I was just told that apparently my window's been down on my truck for 2 days. So that's great. Passenger window on my truck has apparently been down. It snowed yesterday and rained the day before, so I have to go deal with that too because I had no idea that was still down. So,
well,
how did they know it was down 2 days ago?
No, they didn't know 2 days ago. They just found it today, apparently.
And you were the last one at 2 days ago.
2 days ago is when I drove it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I guess it was nice 2 days ago. You had the window down.
Apparently it was.
Yeah, well.
All right then.
So I really appreciate everyone coming out today. We're doing this thing. Pat Paulson, how's it going? Tarek's got some new videos. All right, we'll have to go check that out. And then everyone's saying snowing and doomed. Oh, man. All right, so like usual, go check out Midnight Rolled. He's got stuff coming up. New videos, right? Got some stuff coming? Always. Dudes with Wrenches, we might see another long form video one day. Right? Maybe.
Next
hey, but he's got 4 shorts, in the can, ready to go. So
3. He already shot one today, so he's got 3. Yeah, because But all right, I really appreciate everyone. I'm gonna go deal with snow because yay, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.